of Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
Happy Friday, Draft Day, NHL, Flyers. Here we go. Anthony's doing some last-minute booking here for a good guest. So we're just trying not to have dead air. Andrew, can I get a little more of my headphones?
Dude, what happened to the opening? Oh, it did? I didn't even hear.
Yeah, we went through the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't even hear.
No, you're locked and loaded,
Yeah,
dude.
you're
Booking
locked in.
this amazing surprise guest, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I added you to the group. Listen, the way we do things here is we are real. All right, so
Keep it real.
2 seconds ago, I get a text from the Flyers saying, "Hey, Jonesy, come on." I'm like, "Yeah, I want Jonesy." 9:45. So I had to add Andrew into the text group, and I'm like, "All right, I gotta add the whole thing." Good morning, everybody. Johni Broome. Andrew, give me a little bit more in my ears.
Me too, please.
Johni Broome for the Sixers yesterday. I wanted Fleming, but can I tell you a little lower? There's a tad. I wanted Fleming, but listen, he goes top of the second round. Is what it is, and I share VG's enthusiasm. This is VG's ultimate draft. The two guys he talked about, I think the only two guys he knows in college basketball. But the two guys he talked about, you're a good college guy. The two guys that he loved, Edgecombe and Johni Broome, and the Sixers got both of them.
Oh, dude, I was so ecstatic last night when they drafted.
I know. I'm fantastic.
I'm so 100% back and in now. Broome's going to be nuts. I mean, he's going to be a nice bench player, hopefully. And that's all you can expect out of the second round.
Here's what I will say. Now, I know he struggles from the line.
Everywhere he struggles except within 5 feet.
I know. But here's the thing about the kid, all right? And by the way, Anthony Gargano Show is brought to you by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Go to TrueMark.com/PHLY for the credit union difference. Here's the thing, though. He's a big-time player.
He's a baller.
He's a college stud, right? He's undersized, but he's a bully.
Yeah.
I love the kid. If there's to me, in the second round, that's the kind of kid you take a gamble. I want Fleming. Fleming, I think is
sure.
And Danny will talk about this. You got to move Danny to we could figure out him and Baldy split it up. All right, because Danny's got some good intel on the draft, and he loved Fleming because Fleming should not be in this draft. He should not have come out. He could have been a first-round pick.
I agree.
But true second rounders, that's Johni Broome is the guy I want to go after because who says that he's one of these kids that he won't be denied?
No.
And he'll work and he's tough and listen, they make big time runs in the tournament, right? So he's playing big time games and he's the man. He's got a shoulder falling off and he's rebounded one arm. I love that.
I want guys who hate losing. He's a guy who hates losing. Guys, you just look at him. I'm going to say, language. He doesn't do anything great. He plays below the rim. He's a little undersized, but the kid just balls. If you watch him, he's a baller. He'll find a way to make some decent, good 10 minutes a game at the worst.
I agree. I think the kid's going to wind up playing in the league. I don't know how. I know Devon doesn't like him, and we talked about it with Devon. And I get it. But
it looks ugly. I get it.
It does. But you know what? It's why I like Edgecombe, to be honest. It's one of the things I like about Edgecombe is he's got a grit about him. He's a kid that comes from a tough background. He wants to play D. Willing defenders, willing rebounders.
Right.
Listen, they have no size, the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid's going to come in and he'll grab 8 boards. I know that Johni Broome will find his way to grab 8 boards in 9 minutes.
And it's not because of his athleticism. He's got good basketball IQ. He knows how to get on the floor to open spots.
Yes.
He will grab boards. He will block shots.
Yeah.
He will muscle people.
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of? I loved, And I was a little wrong with him. I loved guard out of West Virginia, Javon Carter.
Yeah.
Just a
strong
dude,
guard. Yeah.
And he's a serviceable backup. He comes in and gives you 10 minutes of good defense.
Yeah.
I think Broome is similar, just at the forward or center position.
Yeah. And listen, he's undersized, but it doesn't matter. Like, he's got that tenacity. He's a nasty dude.
Yeah.
Listen,
he's a guy who's diving on the floor for balls.
He doesn't jump, but like Barkley, and he doesn't have the skill that Barkley had. But Charles was 6'4" and a half. Like like in sneakers, you get up to 6'5" and change. But this kid's got. I agree with you. I got a feeling about this kid. I actually, when I saw they took him, then I meant to text you back. I got caught up with stuff at home, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down with it.
Little edge.
Yeah, I love the kid. The kid, his mom, like the tournament. Like, I fell in love with the kid. He's one of my favorite kids in the tournament.
And he's like an opposite. I'm not even talking skill level. He's an opposite Embiid. He's not a moper.
No.
There's no moping with Johni Broome, whatever you want to call him. I think it's Johni. Right?
It's Johni, but I like the Johni Broome.
Yeah, but he's not. He's the anti-moper. Yeah. So, I'm all about this.
Yeah, I felt the same thing. So I was happy. Today is a fun day for everybody because we just had the Sixers draft, and tonight is the Flyers draft.
Can't wait. We got the Flyers party tonight.
Like, this is a big deal. Fly guys, like, this is the draft that's going to set the future. Like, they got some good pieces, and they got some pieces that, you got a lot of assets in this draft.
Tons of assets.
Right? Like, you got 3 first-rounders, 3 second-rounders. You're going to walk away with a stud with your first pick. I mean, at number 6.
I mean, that's the plan.
Well, I mean, I just think the math. There's the way the math works, and Billy Matz will go through all the guys like we talked about it. I think the one guy I like is not going to be there.
Misa?
No, well, we know Misa's going early, but Fromberg is Anton Fromberg.
Yeah,
I think he's gone. But there's kids like the Hagens kid.
The Hagens, when it started the season, I was like, let's be horrible for Hagens. Everything I read, he was lights out. But then I guess I will have to talk to Bill. I don't know if he had a bad season or other people had better seasons than they expected.
Yeah, he just didn't have this dominant season. Yeah. It was good, but he didn't have the dominant season that you wanted.
I want to take a big swing to that. I'm all about Roger McQueen. I know it's a huge question mark, but
he's big. The only thing that scares you is you got a big kid with a bad back.
Yeah, it's not great, but
I mean, that's the only thing.
Yeah,
you really. But there should be guys. There's going to be somebody there. I'm fired up. They're going to make trades.
Yeah, like maybe package some of these picks.
Jonesy's in AC as we speak. Like, it's pretty cool, man.
I wish we were done. I love AC. It's my favorite. I told you before. It's my favorite beach town. I'm going 4th of July weekend. 4th of July weekend. I'm taking a day off. I'm going down.
You know what's funny? That fits VG.
It does. It actually very much does.
The grimiest town is his beach town. And you're right. It's not a beach town.
Yeah, you cannot call that a beach town.
What are you
talking about?
Yeah.
It's a place at the beach, but it's not a beach town.
You guys just haven't experienced the good Atlantic City.
Oh, I've experienced it. I'm
going to have a blast, and I may not even spend 50 cents at a casino.
You don't even know what the Shay is, do you?
What?
The Shay.
What's the Shay?
The Shay was the club,
and
it was on what was the street? Oh my God! Anyway.
Club in Atlantic City.
Yeah. This club closed at 10 a.m.
I like that stuff.
And we used to go all the time, like back in the day. Like your father, Joey. Like, we used to go to this place called the Shay.
You wear a suit there?
Nah, not back in that. We were kids. Days. I was 15 years old. Like, pre-suit. And you'd leave. Like, my cousins, like, we would go, like, my cousin Joey, right? Like, all my buddies, right? We'd all go to the Shay. And I mean, you get there at like 1:30. It was dead. It didn't heat up until like after 2.
Oh, everywhere else closed. Everyone goes to the Shay.
Yes. Yeah, and you would go there, and then like it was vampires, and then you would leave, and like you get hit with the bright sunshine. It's hot.
Yeah.
Like dude, that was Atlantic. Like the Atlantic City was like that. You know,
Oh,
it was crazy.
Now you still got the you go to the Irish pub 24 hours, man. It's the best.
Tooch is an AC man. He's always in AC. He's an AC crawler.
Yeah, he's a good dude. That's why he knows what's up.
Yeah,
I'm out on AC.
yeah.
You just don't know. That's why.
Well, but he's right in this. It's not a beach town.
Tony Baltimore's Grill and Pizza.
Yeah, like he's not he's right. It's not a beach town. It's a grimy seashore. It's got a character though. I mean, it's always had character. I mean, it's an iconic place.
The Boardwalk Empire, man.
You know? Yeah, it's an iconic place, man. It really is.
Yeah, great.
It is
free. The beach is free. Boardwalks.
Well,
beautiful.
You don't want to be on that beach. You catch a disease on that beach.
Yeah.
You guys are reading bad news stories or something, man. Like, come on, the beach is beautiful at East.
Dude, when's the last time you laid on that beach? First of all, when's the last time you laid on a beach?
I walk in my sneakers.
You're another crypt keeper.
I walk in my sneakers.
He's another one that doesn't come out until
He's never seen sand.
Son.
Yeah. Me and the Peg stroll on that.
Right.
We stroll on that beach a few times every summer.
Black.
Yeah.
Like he wears his black outfit on the beach.
Pegan's got an umbrella. Pegan brings her umbrella to protect her from the sun.
You people, God bless you. You're coming out of coffins at night.
Like goth.
Right? I mean, seriously, what does he know about the beach?
Nothing.
Well, sneakers and black outfits. Oh, my God.
That's why he goes to AC.
Right. That's the point.
I go to AC because they respect that the beach should be free for everybody. They don't try and charge you to get on the beach.
I'm with you with the beach being free, but again,
you can go to Caesar's, got a little beach bar, sit out, look over the ocean while you have a couple cocktails.
Caesar's, the beach bar, yeah.
Stick to Transylvania. This freaking guy. Are you kidding me? We got lots to do today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Billy Matz is going to give us the whole lowdown on the draft. We got Jonesy. We got Danny D, the AD. Going to talk about a little NBA draft and some of the kids, local kids. That Joey O'Brien going to Notre Dame. I love that story.
He texted me. He's like, "Oh, O'Brien's going to there." I was like, "Surprise! Joey O'Brien's
going to Notre Dame." He's the #1 kid in the state of Pennsylvania. This kid's a stud. 6'5" cornerback, wide receiver.
Which is that's a
big deal
about Franklin, because everyone's like, he's an okay coach, not underachieving coach, but a great recruiter, and he can't get the #1 guy in your state.
Listen,
come on,
how are you supposed to fight against Notre Dame and you're O'Brien? Come on, O'Brien. I mean,
cash, baby, cold hard cash.
Everybody's got cash.
Got to follow the roots, man.
They all got cash.
Oh, hey, can we talk about just before I forget?
Real quick.
Oh, yeah.
We got
finish
the rest of the guests.
Oh, yeah.
We got Kevin Negandhi, who was the man
Amazing.
at the NBA draft, did such a great job. And, of course, the great Baldy, live from the SAC Summit in Vegas, and live in studio, TV Todd. So it's a packed house today.
Love it.
All right? Packed house. All right, what do you want? Because I want to get Bill up.
Yeah, I wanted to mention it. We had him, VJ Edgecombe. Just one more note on the kid. Speaking of cash, his NIL money, when he got NIL money, he started a scholarship foundation for kids in the Bahamas to play basketball. So, I mean, kid's got his head on right.
Nah,
I just wanted to mention
one thing about it, he's a great kid.
Yeah.
Great kid. All right, let's take care of some business, and I want Billy. Billy, come on up. Let's get moving. Let's talk a little bit about our friends. How about some True Mark, baby?
Let's do it. Summer's here. You know what that means. You know, that means the kids got some free time. They're out and about. They're hanging with friends. But maybe, just maybe, they picked up a summer job, or they're asking for more chores so they can get some cash. So now's the perfect time to set them up with something that teaches them real-world money skills and gives them a little freedom. The Greenlight Debit Card and Money app. So if you're a TrueMark Financial member, which you should be, you can get a free Greenlight account for your kids or teens, and it's a simple way for them to manage their own money, whether it's from a job allowance, birthday cash, graduation cash. They get their own debit card. They can set savings goals, track spending, and learn how to budget, all while you stay in the loop from your phone. You're still in control of everything, but they get to learn how money really works in everyday life. So before the summer ends and they're back to school, this is a great way to help your kids build smart money habits that'll stick with them long after the summer's over. So head over to truemark.com/greenlight and get all the details and sign up today. And don't miss the chance to set your kids up for some financial success. Once again, that is truemark.com/greenlight.
All right, let's talk about the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. Yes, the Fightins. Oh, man, when the bats go to sleep, they're hard to wake up, aren't they? They are like
we got this
Rip Van Winkle. You know, man, that 3K Billy. Oof, come on. Let's go. Wake up. Wake up, bats. Wake up. Wake up, bats. No bats. On the BetParks app, Phillies are a big dog tonight. The kid on the mound as they go to Atlanta, Abel is on the mound tonight.
Could use a good showing from Abel.
Yeah.
Get some
tough lineup, man.
Boost that trade value.
Yeah, yeah. So Phil's tonight, a dog against Elder. I kind of believe that's an over, no?
I mean, nine's a heavy number, no?
Sure, Bob?
The team just scored 1 run, 3 games. You're calling for an over.
I know.
That's a ballsy pick.
I know. It's funny because my cousin, my cousin last night, and he goes, dude, I'm listening to Fransky. Fransky's talking, and he's like, and the Phillies score a run.
Hey, the BetParks combo, Phillies and over 9s, pays plus 255.
Yeah, it's a big number. Big number. Oh, my, I love it.
You got World Cup tomorrow.
Yes, that
World Cup Club tomorrow.
Well, we'll talk about that with a little later on. With,
we will.
With my man who was in attendance last night to watch Vinny Jr. and Real Madrid. Freya. Listen, don't forget the BetParks app. All the great stuff that they have, all the games. So between baseball and soccer and all kinds of stuff, it's right there on your phone. Always another way to win. Live dealer blackjack, roulette, all the hot slots that my man likes to play.
They got a new one. Dwarves and goblins.
That's perfect for you. You're a goblin.
Yeah, dude. I'm team goblin all the way.
You're
AC Goblin.
Yeah, that's what you are, man. That's perfect. So check it out. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Got to be 21. BetParks.com for all the details. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's get it started from the All PHLY Flyer Show, who has been killing it. The start of a long, fun, busy day for my man, Billy Matz.
How are you doing this morning, gentlemen? I am excited for this draft tonight.
Dude, this is going to be awesome.
It is.
It's going to be awesome.
I am expecting some action. I am expecting a really good player at 6, and then a lot of movement.
A lot of trades.
I do think
Danny and Jonesy.
There's almost no chance they make 3 first-round picks tonight. I think there's no chance they make 3 seconds tomorrow. Right. There's going to be some fun to be had.
Consolidation. I like it. All right, so let's go. Let's start from the top. Let's start at 6. Okay, so we know 1 and 2, right? I mean, we're pretty confident.
There is a rumor right now that 2
rumors swirling.
Anton Frondell might actually be going 2, which would allow Michael Misa to slip to Chicago at 3 because the Blackhawks have had no luck this century, so obviously they need some more.
Really?
It's not, I don't think, that big of a difference, but it is just a big change from what we've been seeing for the last month or two where it's, okay, Schaefer, Misa, and then the draft starts. It feels as if it might be a little different right now. Big rumor out of LA.
Funny. I like Frondell. Like I told VG, he's probably my favorite.
When we first started our draft prep, really researching, diving deep in all the players who could be available at 6, it was, Anton Frondell, there's a really good chance he's going to be there, and that would be a hell of a pickup for this team. And as the process has gone along, it's, he's not getting past 3 or 4.
Right.
And now it looks he could go 2.
What's causing that to happen?
It was initially he was really bad at this U18s tournament in Texas about a month and a half ago. And everyone was, he's going to slip. He could be there for the Flyers at 6. And then it comes out, he was just playing in Sweden. His team in the second-tier league, he got them promoted up to the SHL, the top league in Sweden, got on a plane, went right to Texas.
Yeah, he got a plane,
and he was just dead.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I think he's tested well. You get back into what he did all year playing against men.
Then people realize, one stupid tournament like that.
And all of a sudden it's, he's a top 3 pick.
All right.
Like, that's the one thing that I don't like is you're so reactionary to little things. Like you gotta take the whole body of work. Speaking of which, we talk about Higgins, who was supposed to be the #1 pick this year.
It was a year ago. It was, everyone get ready. Next year is a good draft, and it starts with James Higgins. And we've just heard a little about how this draft isn't maybe what we thought it was a year ago. And I think Higgins' slip is a big part of that because he's a freshman in Boston this year, and he's good. He's a point-a-game player, 37 points in 37 games. Completely acceptable for an 18-year-old in a league where there's 24-year-olds. But stars, Macklin Celebrini, Jack Eichel, Adam Fantilli, they're at like 60-plus points in their freshman seasons. So he's just not that, or at least isn't yet. He's got some growing up to do. He's got some maturing, some growing to do. And maybe he is still that great, but he didn't have that amazing season that solidified him at #1, which allowed other people to move up ahead of him.
See, you know what's funny about these drafts, like NBA and NHL, because the NBA is kind of like the NHL now in that you're talking about teenagers, right? So they're still filling out, and you got the prodigies. Like everybody can see the prodigy, right?
Sure.
But then you got guys that are like, show something. Oh, there's a lot of promise, there's a lot of buzz around a kid. But you got to remember that they still are growing. Like they're still filling out.
They are. The Flyers selected a guy last year in the first round, Jet Luchenko,
right?
Who I'm pretty sure needed his parents' permission to sign his contract because he didn't turn 18 till September.
Right.
Like there are 17-year-olds in this draft. You have to remember they're freshly turned 18 or they haven't yet. There's so much left of their developmental process.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. All right. So Higgins. He could be there for the Flyers.
I think it sounds like he's going to fall. He is one of the guys that, as other players have moved up in this process, Higgins, Jake O'Brien, and Brady Martin should probably be there for the Flyers at 6.
So, and VG's McQueen.
Yeah, Roger McQueen, it's really tough to tell where he's going to go, but it would be really surprising if he were to go in the top 5 just because of the injury concerns and more sure things.
Taking the injury out, where does he skill wise and size wise and where do you think he would matches up?
I think he would be 4 to 8 territory, definitely top 10. Right. Just looking at the potential, the size, everyone wants to get bigger in this league because of Florida right now.
Right.
You can't get pushed around. The playoffs have really proven that the last few years. Florida has this stranglehold on the league where 6'5" guy, have to have him. And his puck skills are incredible. He's not just a big bruiser. Mm-hmm. He can handle the puck. He can fire it. He's really good.
All right. So let's go through. Let's leave Schaefer, Frondell, and Misa to the side because they're not going to be there. So of the 4, who do you like? And let's go through each one. So Higgins could possibly be what?
Higgins could be a first-line center, playmaker.
Yep.
More of a straightforward guy, good on the rush, but I think he could run your power play opposite Matvei Mishkov. I think he has the highest ceiling of the players who are available right there, just because, yes, he is falling in this draft, didn't have the best freshman year, but you look at the full body of work, you look at the resume, he's going to be a really good player.
Yeah.
I think even his floor is, he's a great playmaking second-line winger.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be a good NHL player.
But you think he could be a first-line center?
I think that's what he could end up being, yes.
Yeah. All right, O'Brien.
O'Brien, I think there's just more bust potential there. He's a little taller. He's 6'2", but needs to fill out. He's very slight.
Yeah.
But he's another playmaker. I don't love his skating, and I think if you're going to be this pure passer, unless you're Claude Giroux, you have to be a really good skater. I think I see just a little bit too much Morgan Frost in there. Charlie's giving me crap for that comparison just because he's been so much more productive in his draft season than Frost was, but I just see a stylistic similarity I don't love. Martin is everyone loves this kid. If everyone could get him in the spot where they think he's worth, it would be a 32-team battle to try to draft this guy at like 10. And so I think that means he's going to go early. The comparisons are to Matt Tkachuk, to Sam Bennett, to Mike Richards.
Right.
Mike Richards being maybe my favorite Flyer of all time.
I heard Bennett. I heard Bennett.
Yeah, I am. I really like the kid. The scouting report that has everyone real excited about Brady Martin is he's not just the best body checker in this draft. If you put him in the NHL right now, he'd be one of the best hitters in the league.
Yeah.
He also has a huge shot. Not sure exactly what the offensive upside is, and that's kind of the scary part of taking him at 6.
Yeah.
Can he score like Bennett or Richards to make it worth taking him at 6? But everything else is
funny
there.
because
And
you bring up
him.
Bennett.
Yeah.
I talked to Bush the other. I mean, we had Bush on last week, and we were talking about Bennett, and because Bennett's a free agent, Bennett's going to get a ton of money.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is he's not going to score at the clip he scored in the playoffs.
No.
And the fan base are going to be upset because you're going to spend all this money on him. But he's a playoff beast.
That's in Florida, he's in the perfect role because you look, okay, he won the Conn Smythe, he leads the playoffs in scoring, but he's not their best player. He might not be one of their 3 or 4 best players. He's just in a perfect spot there. If now suddenly someone gives him $9, $10, $11 million and it's, you're one of our premier players, I don't love his chances of, repeating what he was able to do in Florida elsewhere.
All right, so then you got McQueen. Now, McQueen is very interesting.
Bill,
because
I'm locked in on drafts right now, Bill. I'll tell you right now, I'm 2 for 2 with the NBA.
Yeah,
I really, really like McQueen. If he's a player who falls, that is a guy I would love to see the Flyers take the risk to try to jump up and trade back into the first, higher in the first round 4 with 22 and 31. If he's 11, 12 into the teens, if you can somehow put a package together to get him there. But this draft, as you were saying, it's so important.
Yeah.
You have to get a sure thing first.
Yeah.
I think Hagens or even Martin, these are sure things. They're going to be good players for you. And then you just cross your fingers on McQueen. It sounds like he's healthy. His back problem was a broken bone, not something that maybe lingers. And once the bone is healed, it's healed. That's what he's saying. If the Flyers draft him, it means their doctors are saying the same thing.
Tall.
He's 6'5",
right?
He's really big.
Which you love, but tall and back.
Taking face-offs.
Yeah.
We've seen it right here with Sean Couturier, the bad back. Once that goes, you're just not the same player.
No, that's scary.
Can I ask you about? I'm going to butcher his name. Is it Caleb Denoy?
Caleb Desnoyers, yes.
Desnoyers.
Actually, younger brother of a Flyers prospect, Elliot Desnoyers. I think he might be the guy the Flyers want most in this draft. But he's going to go 4 or 5. I think he's looked at as like a sure thing to stick at center. He's definitely going to play that position in the NHL and just has a little bit of all the tools.
So it sounds to me, right, if you extrapolate, Schaefer, Frondell, Misa, Desnoyers, that's 4. Would you move up to get Hagens at 5?
I know Nashville wants a center really bad at 5. I just don't know if Hagens is their type of guy.
Right.
I can see them maybe reaching for Brady Martin or just taking Porter Martone, who, while not a center, is more of a power forward type player, scorer, good around the net, a guy who just kind of fits the mold of what I think Nashville and Barry Trotz like to draft.
Right. Yeah, that's right, because he's a power forward, Martone. So ultimately, so where are you at? What do you think if Hagens goes? If it goes, Schaefer, Frondell, Misa, Desnoyers, Hagens, who are you taking?
Well, I think.
Don't you still have to go Martone?
I think I really like Porter Martone.
Because
he's
the most talented offensive player.
Despite needing centers, I think you can address that later, whether it's drafting at 22 or in a trade for an NHLer. I think if Martone's available, you have to go there because I see him as one of the top 4 players in this draft.
Right. So that's the thing. We know you want to draft a center to pair with Michkov. But I don't think you're in a position to go need in that sense.
You just have to take really, really talented players. They are bereft of talent. That is their problem. Right. They don't have high-end guys, and I think at that point, Porter Martone is one of those high-end guys that you go, all right, we have a lot of wingers, but it doesn't matter. We want really good players.
Right. I mean, you got what about Jet? What do you think Jet? Is Jet a second line center?
I think he could very well be a second line center. Right now, I'm penciling him in at that 2-3 spot. I'm not quite sure which because haven't really seen the offense break out. In juniors, he goes back
he's a
this
baby,
year.
right?
Yeah, he is still like, this was his age 18 season. He played the whole
Yes.
year at 18.
And you know, it's funny, you know, when he got that cup of coffee just to look at, he definitely pops because he's so fast.
He is, I think, NHL ready. Is he what he's going to be? Is he his best
obviously,
version?
right.
No. But I think he could step on the ice and be the third or fourth line center for this team right now.
Right.
But
And you got Zegras now.
Trevor Zegras.
I like that trade.
The potential is, it's an amazing trade. This might be Danny's best
Yeah.
work just in terms of what you got him for.
Sure.
The patience he showed not to pay the big price a year ago, not to pay a big price when you traded Cutter because it was supposed to be maybe a bigger deal with Drysdale and Zegras, and he waited them out. And then he gives up Ryan Poehling, a nice player, but we know what Ryan Poehling is. He's really good third, fourth line center, but that's it.
Poehling.
That's it. And 2 non-premier draft picks.
Yeah.
That's an excellent trade. It is well worth the risk of, well, if Zegras is what he was the last 2 years, just kind of hurt and not the same offensive player, it was worth it. We don't have to pay him a ton of money.
But if he blossoms.
And if he blossoms, you have a star who has the creativity level of Matvei Mishkov, which is almost impossible to come by. Guys who will be wizards with the puck and will confuse defenses.
I mean, can you imagine those two together?
It's really exciting to think about, even if it's just on the power play, if they want to mix and match size and different lines. But those two on the power play,
I know, like,
with time and space, is very exciting.
Yeah. No, it's funny because every time, now, obviously, this is a huge stretch, so I'm not comparing it, all right? But just the idea of having 2, like, ridiculous creative players, like, every time McDavid and Draisaitl are on the ice together, you're like, oh my God, like, look at those two, it's crazy.
They are the nuclear options.
Right.
It could be 5-on-2, and they're basically even with the other team with 3 guys.
It's like, oh my God, what if? You know what I mean?
Yes.
But, all right.
It seems like it would be ideal if a second defenseman went after Schaefer before the Flyers. Like that, is there any chance that would happen?
There are a couple of guys. I just don't know if it's that early. There will be a run on defensemen because there's Mertka, there's Jackson Smith, there's Guerschon Yabusele. I think they're all going to go at around the same time. But if someone does take a defenseman in the top 5, that opens up a ton of options for the Flyers dropping a guy down.
That would be ideal.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, then you got your choice.
And one of them's falling to you.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, to me, if it's Schaefer, Frondell, Misa, Hagens, Martone, and Daniel, you're going to get one of those guys.
Yes, they are going to get a really good player.
You're going to get one of those dudes. Like,
yes.
I will say I'm looking at a mock draft from yesterday on TSN Canada, and they have Martone coming to the Flyers. That's 6.
I mean, I would be happy.
They got Hagens going at 5.
What's his shot like?
He shoots very well, and he's really good in front of the net. Great hands.
Who is he?
Who is he? Who is he?
Power forward.
Got good size.
I mean, I don't want to say John LeClair. Like, who is he?
Yeah, I wouldn't say maybe a LeClair. I don't know if he's a 50-goal guy like that.
Obviously.
But I would say a bigger, stronger JVR. Like, good hands around the net, scorer, but also uses his size a little bit more to his advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think there's great reason, to just get fired up over this thing, man.
I really think there is. When you look at the list of players who could be available, I know a lot of our listeners a little nervous that they might reach on a guy like Brady Martin, but even Brady Martin, you're gonna love watching him play hockey. Like, if that's the worst case scenario, is a really good hockey player who maybe isn't an 80-point player, but drives play for you, is a beast in the playoffs the way they're hoping he could be, is Mike Richards-esque. It's hard to say. You could ask for much more.
What about the Russian kid? Like, what's going on with the
Shabanov?
Shabanov. It really looked as if the Flyers were going to sign him. That was all of the rumors, like it was going to get done. I still expect it to happen, but it looks as if he's waiting till July 1st to make his decision official, which is when NHL free agency opens, although he's free to do it whenever he...
How does that work? How is he... Like, when it comes to the draft and free agent, like how is he not? Did he become a free agent?
He's an undrafted international free agent, so he's not signed to an NHL contract.
Okay.
NHL contracts expire July 1st. That's the day the.
So somebody could have drafted him.
He could have been drafted a few years ago.
But
Yes.
he's been getting paid to play
Yes,
professionally.
yes.
All right, so
he's,
he's a professional
he's in the
player.
KHL. Yes.
What's his story? Like what is he?
Undersized. I think he's only 5'9", but an excellent playmaker, wizard with the puck, decent skater. He is. It's a risk. You're not quite sure how his game's going to translate to the NHL. Smaller ice, way more physical game. But when it's an international free agent, it costs you nothing but a 1-year entry-level contract.
Everyone signs it. Everyone's got to pay the same price for 1 year for him, right?
Yes.
It's just where he wants to go.
Because it's his first one, he gets the entry level, but it's only 1 year, and then you go from there. But
would he be restricted free agent?
Yes, I think it would be 1 year entry level and then 1 year of restricted free agency.
Okay.
See, he's interesting
It's
because
a guy you really take a shot on because it costs you nothing but a contract.
right, like who knows what he is. And then
we got the Michkov card here.
Well, that's the point, right? Like, why wouldn't he? I mean, the two of them together, right? I mean, geez.
Danny has shown a skill in navigating Russia because it is such an odd political climate with their hockey teams. Like it is like their hockey teams are controlled by oligarchs basically, and there's backroom dealings. You don't really know what the hell goes on over there. And he has shown to be really good at it, bringing Michkov over early, getting Fedotov here, even bringing Alexei Kolosov over way younger than a lot of people expected. They're not afraid of dealing with Russia, and that opens up a lot of options. And I think signing Shabanov is one of those options.
What about Zavragin? What's going on with him?
It's going to be another few years. The thing that a few Russian goalies, the really good ones we've seen enter the league, whether it's Shesterkin or Sorokin, these guys come over kind of as finished products at 24-ish.
Yeah.
Russia really good at developing goaltenders, though, and the Flyers have said as much. Like, yeah, of course, we'd love to have him in our system, love to have our hands on him, let our fans see him, but it's not as if he's missing out on anything over there because there is a really good machine in place for developing goaltenders in Russia.
Yeah.
It seems like he's going to be freaking good, though.
So it does. It does. So approach goaltender-wise, I keep hearing Allen.
I think Jake Allen makes a lot of sense. He's probably the best free agent goalie available.
Right.
And he is that short-term stopgap. I think he's 33, 34.
34,
So he's not someone you're giving an 8-year contract to.
Right.
You're not tying the hopes and dreams of the franchise to him. You're just saying we have to have average or competent goaltending to be able to assess the rest of the team and see what we really are, because it's killed them so much over the last few years.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm excited. What's interesting is, what about deeper in the draft? Have you are there guys that are you looking at? Are you?
There are a couple of actually goaltenders, I think, in the second or third round that they could go after. There's I think in Charlie's last mock draft in the second round, he has them taking, I believe his name's Semyon Frolov, a goaltender out of Russia, who
Russia connection
may
from Russia to Philadelphia
may have a first-round grade, but so many teams are afraid of dealing with Russia. Oh, well, maybe he's going to go later, and it's more of a risky pick that the Flyers took. I think Zavragin in the second or third round. They've done this before. They're not as concerned about it, and I think that could be the landing spot. I do think they draft at least one goalie, though.
What it's so weird to drafting goalies, right? Because
I was gonna say goalies, they're the most important piece.
You take 1 or 2 a year and cross your fingers that someone turns out.
There's one projected in the first round, and they're the most important position.
It's such a bizarre thing about goalies going.
You just never know how they're going to develop. It is. We call it voodoo on the show. I don't know. Goaltending is voodoo. I ask Jason Martinez when I need to know, because at least he has familiarity with the position.
Yes,
I'm going to sit here and tell you I'm dumb about goalies. What do you see? And I think a lot of the league, because it's not run by goaltenders for the most part, it kind of has that same approach. That's why you see goalie coaches last forever with a team, regardless of how good their goalies are. It has the most outsized impact on the outcome of any given game. but nobody knows how to assess it, especially when they're 17, 18.
I'm looking at the hockey writers, the scouting report on this goalie from George Cougars, the Joshua Ravensbergen.
Yeah, Ravensbergen.
And the first
Great
line
name.
is, it's not every year there's a first-round worthy goalie in the draft.
There typically
it's like
aren't.
saying there's not a first-round worthy quarterback in the draft.
It's really crazy. It's the most important position, and taking one in the first round is such a risk.
I just guess it just, like you said, the way development, because the draft's so young, the way you develop matters.
And goalies...
Todd Creven. Todd loves it. He's a big Bill Matz fan.
Oh, that's excellent to hear.
He loves you. Man, I'm excited. Hang tight. You want to hang with Jonesy?
Absolutely.
You all right? I know. I know. We're going to take care of some business. I want to take care of the business before Jonesy comes on the air. All right? All right. Let's talk about some of our friends. Blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. Oh, yes. Go to cherryhillmitsubishi.com, and they got you covered with the Outlander. Go to get the Outlander. It's the most affordable 7-passenger SUV in America, all right? And they got great deals on the Outlander. Like, if you're one of, like me, you got kids, and you got sports equipment and the whole nine, check out the Outlander. My wife is like, oh, we should get one of those. Like, because she, you know, please, all the equipment, and she's always got a problem. Here's what shocked me. All right, I didn't know this. Mitsubishi Motors, #1 in customer satisfaction with dealer services among mainstream brands and SUV owners. Now, I'm not just saying it. It's not me saying it. It's J.D. Power. All right? Combine that with the best warranty in the automotive business, 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain, 5 years, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. Why settle for a lesser warranty and be the hook for costly repairs down the road? You don't need to do that, all right? I'm telling you, go see Bill. It's my main man. Cherry Hill Mitsubishi, a Folk auto dealership, all right? Charlie Folk. I tell you about Charlie all the time. And the Folk name, it matters, all right? They're all about customers, all about their people. That's been in the family for 3 generations, all right? They're right there in South Jersey. Check them out, minutes from the bridges, all right? Available online 24/7, cherryhillmitsubishi.com. Stop in, tell Bill I sent you, get the cuz discount. I mean, a serious discount. He's going to take great care of you, all right? I know people buy Mitsubishis elsewhere. I just don't know why.
Why?
Everybody wants to hear Bill say it. The chat keeps asking for Bill to say Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. I don't hear the difference. Apparently, it's wrong.
You got an early S.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, he
says mist.
Yeah.
Mist Subishi.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi.
Oh, it's MISH.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, that's all right. Listen, we all got
our things.
We all had that. We all had that. Hey, let's talk about Parks Casino. All right, we tell you about the app, but what about Parks Casino, man? Oh, cool summer weekend vibes await you at Parks Casino, our casino of choice. They have it all. Street Road, Ben Salem, straight off the exit, I-95, the PA Turnpike. Action, excitement, headline entertainment, great restaurants. Parks Casino, perfect for guys' night out, girls' night out, after work happy hours, date nights, meet up with friends, eat, drink, watch the game. The best cover bands. I mean, they got it all. How about a couple? Let's get a couple of these.
They got great cover bands up there, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
Fun.
How about Thursday, July 3rd, coming up, Gary Clark Jr.?
Here come old Flap Top, he come grooving up slowly.
How about Kansas, October 4th?
Carry on my wayward son.
How about the Psychedelic Furs, October 10th with Gary Newman?
There's a heartbreak beat, and it feels like love. What happened to the Pink Lady?
October 24th.
Buried up every now and then.
Everclear.
Oh. We can live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die.
On that note, that was good. All right. So November 15th, Bill Murray's Blood Brothers. Tickets, parkscasino.com. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So you think you can tell?
All right. Commercial's over. All right. They're all hand bones. 2 hand bones they are.
I mean, what else? What other business would they have gotten into?
Yes, get Australian Pink Floyd.
Yeah, we love it.
We've been waiting for Pink Floyd, man. We're working on that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Just worry about the draft, all right? Because this is going to be a big deal as we await Jonesy. Cannot wait for tonight. What's the setup here? PHLY, the party. Tell us all about it.
Party down at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. It is going to be a great time. Starts at 7. We have the live show. We still have some tickets available. There's general admission. All proceeds go to Flyers charities. And there's the VIP option, $55. You get an open bar for 3 hours, food, and a meet and greet with Bernie Parent. I mean,
nice.
Open bar Bernie Parent. It's going to be a great freaking time.
Bernie's the best.
He is the absolute best.
Anthony.
Anything.
I love you, Anthony.
It's going to be a ton of fun. We've done going back to my days with Broad Street Hockey. We've been doing the draft party since 2017. Jonesy was actually our guest at that party. It's we're really excited for this. It's our biggest event of the year. AllPHLY.com. Get some tickets. There's a few left.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. This is a party. In fact, TV Todd came down just for the party.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah,
that is great to hear.
He's fired up over.
Yeah, we could do if they get McQueen, I'm doing Jaeger shots down there. You join me for some Jaeger shots down there.
Oof.
How great
It's been a while,
that?
but yeah, sure, I'll do it.
That is fantastic. And then Charlie will be going down to Atlantic City for the Flyers draft room, right?
Charlie will be, down at Flyers Draft headquarters in Atlantic City. We'll be joining him on Saturday. We'll have a live show from down there from noon to 4. So it'll be the 2nd through 7th rounds. We'll be recapping everything, getting fan reactions, getting guests. So it's going to be a really busy, really fun weekend covering what is hopefully the draft that sets them on the path to finally winning a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I love the I love this the big party, and then I love a day 2.
Yes,
I like the drafts being day 1, day 2, and even the NFL day 3. I'm a big. I like separating.
You'd like a whole week if you could get 5 days of draft. You'd be good.
I would. I love the draft.
Yeah.
I love it. I like the drafts. There's something about it's the embodiment of hope.
It is. They always say you can sell 2 things: winning and hope.
Yes.
Winning is really hard. Hope.
Yeah.
This is what you have if you're not winning. You hope that they figure it out.
Yeah. I and this is why I guess, when we think about drafts and we think about, excitement and the whole thing, what separates the Flyers is that there's just an energy there, and it's palpable. I feel it. I mean, listen, you and I have talked off the air all season long. Like, Michkov to me was it got me hook, line, and sinker. I was the fish on the hook.
Absolutely.
All right, because I love watching him.
It just feels like it's been so long since they've had a player with even this potential, especially one as hyped as Matvei Michkov.
Legit.
Yes,
Like,
already like 20.
Like we always know about. Listen,
Yes,
we have dealt with high picks and
Nolan Patrick.
from even beyond Flyers, right? Like from all the Wentz's and the Simmonses and all these guys, right? Oh, every one of these top picks, and you watch Michkov, and you go.
Yep, you just see it.
He's real.
You just see it when he's got the puck on his stick, or when he finds that little bit of space. All of a sudden, you lose him, and he shows up. Oh, he's on the far post looking for a slam dunk. He just does. He finds where he is supposed to be and gets there like nobody I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that is the embodiment of hope.
Yeah,
right. Like, and that's why tonight we're all fired up, and joining us right now, the president of your Philadelphia Flyers, Pete Jones. Jones! Happy draft day, brother.
How you guys doing?
Great. Can we get Jonesy's volume up there, Andrew?
Everything good? Everything good on your end?
Down there at Flyers headquarters in Atlantic City.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a great setup. We're lucky. We're lucky we have the resources to do great things, and have a great partner in the Hard Rock that's helping us set all this up too. It's been really awesome. It's exciting. It feels like the draft, and that's a good thing.
Well, there is so much. We're having a little trouble hearing you, Andrew. What can you do, please? Yeah. We're having a little audio issue, Jonesy. So
Yep, no problem. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. So
okay.
We're so excited. I mean, first of all, congratulations on the trade. Like, Zegras was a great move, man. Like, you didn't have to give up a ton. You got a kid that showed you a lot of promise. I mean, I love that move.
Yeah, we're excited about it. And, he's going to drop by here tonight to meet our fans, which is pretty cool as well. So
that's amazing.
I know they're excited about it as well. And, it's the type of swing that we want to take right now as we try to, as talked about in the past, and Danny has talked a lot about, is trying to turn that corner from, being sellers to being a team that's going to acquire some talented players that can hopefully take us to the next level. And Trevor really fits what we're looking for. It's a great opportunity for him. I think it's that second chance to get a new life and a fresh outlook. And we're excited to provide that for him and looking forward to see what he can provide for us and our fan base.
I mean, I close my eyes sometimes. I can imagine the wizardry going on between Michkov and Zegras on the power play. My God, dude, that could be outrageous.
Well, we need that on our power play. It's hard to hide from 32, and 30 over the last year. So we need some help there, and hopefully he can provide that for us. We believe he will. He believes he will, and that's half the battle sometimes. So I'm looking forward to it. I think the combinations that we now have available up front are that much more offensively inclined, and I think that's going to be a big part of where we're moving in the future.
We love that. It's music to our ears. So how do you approach tonight, right? So sitting at 6, and the way the board it looks, I mean, looks like we're going to come away with a real piece. Do you look at it like, hey, it's all about the best available option with upside and not like we're going to force feed center? How do you approach it from a philosophical? Because I'm not going to ask you about players. We know that's how it's going to work.
Yeah, it's always about what fits best at that moment in time and how you project that to fit into your future. There's projection involved in every draft. You're doing the best job that you can do, that what you believe in as a staff. You're taking a lot of opinions, and then ultimately Danny will make the choice on which guy fits us best. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to build a team that's going to be able to sustain, success over a long period of time. And you're looking for a player that can help provide that. So there's a lot of thought that goes into it. There's a ton of meetings that take place. There's a ton of live viewings of these players that our scouting staff has, really accumulated a lot of air miles this year with the number of picks that we have. But the most important pick is pick number 6. So you can rest assured there's been a lot of work put into it.
Listen, I know, man. I'd be like, where are you at? You didn't even know. Half the time I'm texting you like, I can't even tell you where I am right now. I just know I'm watching players. You guys, we're scouring the earth for this. But like you said, this is such a monumental draft. Having 3 picks in the first round, having 3 picks tomorrow in the second round. I mean, this is a franchise kind of moment to really kind of get the foundation of the future.
Yeah, it's really part of the way that we kind of looked at it a couple of years ago when Danny and I really got started. This was a very important year for us. This draft is an important draft. The accumulating of assets and draft capital has really taken place over the last 2 years. We still have some in the future. The 27 draft looks like, we've got some good pieces to that one as well, which is, that's also something that we're keeping in mind, whether or not that's to move some of those assets for players like Trevor Zegras along the way, players like that.
Yeah.
Something better. So you need that. You need to keep yourself in the game. You need cap space available to do that. And, we're starting to get some of those things that are falling into place with, an eye on the near future, but a bigger, pair of eyes on the future. So I think that's where we're at in our evolution right now. And I'm very pleased at where we're sitting and feel really good about today.
What did you learn from these playoffs and, culminating with an incredible series with Florida and Edmonton about where the league is and where the league is headed?
Yeah, the league is where it was 5 years ago and 10 years ago as well. I mean, the guys that come through in the playoffs are unique talents, but they need a great mix around them. So, it's an interesting thing to follow. Florida has, proven over the last 3 years, making it to the Stanley Cup final, which is so impressive in a salary cap era, that a certain type of player really comes to the forefront in the playoffs. So there's a lot to be said about players like Sam Bennett. I think you guys have probably talked a lot about that. I know Bill has, and Charlie, which it makes sense, but it's the character comes through, but you got to get there too. So you do need a mix. You need high-end talent. You need grit, determination. You need a lot of things to fall into place. But when you have, a lot of different assets and a lot of different, players that we'll come away with after the draft, over the next 2 days, those are all pieces that can help you build that foundation. And then you go out and add a few pieces along the way to try to get it right. So,
yeah, it's interesting because like your point about Bennett's so right. I was talking to Boosh about this. Like, Bennett's going to get big money. He's going to go somewhere, and he's not going to score with the proficiency he did in the playoffs. He's a playoff player, right? Like, so, the fan base, wherever he goes, the fan base is going to get a little agitated because he's going to get a lot of money and there's going to be a lot of expectations to score. But that kind of kid is great in the playoffs, right? Like, that's a playoff moment. So you almost have to divorce as you're building. Like, I can see your mind. Like, when you're building this thing of all these chess pieces to make sure you get there, right? That you're going to be an offensive team, but still, focus on your D. And then sprinkle in later those kinds of championship caliber kind of kids.
Yeah, but you need the high end talents on the team in order for that player to work. So that's the balancing act that teams go through. If you look at Colorado when they won the Cup, one of their most important players left after they won that Stanley Cup and went to Calgary, and that's Nazem Kadri. Colorado probably would have won multiple cups if they kept him, and they've been searching for him since he left.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Those guys, and he is Bennett-like. I mean, Kadri's a player. He's been more offensively productive. But those guys are they're very difficult to find too. So they're highly appreciated by other people, that's for sure. But if you look at point totals, I mean, Bennett had 51 last year. Couturier had 45.
Right.
So you're looking at point totals alone.
Yeah.
And Couturier won a Selke. So
yeah.
You just you got to really dig in. You have to dig in for sure.
Hey, Jonesy, anything you'd share with Shabanov? Anything going on there?
No, there's nothing yet. We like the player, so I can tell you that.
Right, but do we expect anything maybe next week? Could there be some from their camp?
I would think so. Like, obviously time is of the essence in that situation. So yeah, I like him a lot. I've followed him a lot. So we'll see where it lands.
Hey, just a quick philosophical question about the draft in general. Why is it goalies are like such Russian roulette, right? Like and they're always, you don't even look at them until the second round, basically. Because it takes them so long to arrive. That's really what it is, and a lot of teams are in a position where, maybe their management feels like they got to get something done now. And if they wait, they may be helping their team in the future. They may not be there to see that future take place. So I do think that's why a lot of goalies drop back. But they're obviously extremely important. And for us, that's an extremely important position, obviously, that we want to get right. We believe Sam Erson's going to continue to grow and get better, but we also recognize that we've got to get some help there as well.
Jonesy, I just want to know about the difference this draft compared to past years when you've been on site. This is the first decentralized draft in at least a non-COVID year. How different has the process been? Like, you're in Atlantic City. It's not as if you're in LA or wherever the draft is. How different has the process been this year?
Yeah, for us, it's been similar in some ways because we've made it big. Like, we have this great facility. We've got different than just walking around your regular office and being stuffed into some place and just making it feel like it's a normal day. This feels like a normal draft to us in that regard. The difference is the ability to see people face to face. So much gets done, especially in trades, etc., when you can meet eye to eye and kind of really get a feel for what the other person is thinking. So you do miss some of that. You miss some of the discussions with agents in person. And again, meeting the players right up to the final, day. Commonly, you'll have interviews, at that centralized draft location where the players are available. They can come in. You can talk to them. You might bring a guy in across the hall from another team just for a decoy. Like, there's a lot of different stuff that take place. So some of that has gone away. But for us, it feels great. Like, we're really, really excited, really happy that we did this down here at the shore, and it feels like in many ways a normal draft. And our guys have put the work in, and I can't wait for 7:00 tonight to get things started.
Hey, Josie, this is a franchise-defining draft. It could be. It seems like it'd be a very stressful situation for someone in your position. I am a guy who likes to relax. Like, I'm curious, how are you handling the stress, and how are you relaxing? Do you meditate, like taking long walks, listen to music? What are you doing to relax?
Well, I don't listen to music. As anyone who listens to me on WIP knows that. I can't stand music, so that's not happening.
Hates music. I do too.
Can't stand it. Yeah, I don't even know why people enjoy it. But anyway, that's another story.
That's why he's my brother.
You like to talk, so that's good. I'd rather listen to that than music. But no, I don't meditate. I just breathe and enjoy life. I'm not worried about it, I can tell you that. But I'm happy about it.
I know you haven't slept at all, but how many hours have you slept this week?
Oh, I slept like a baby. I woke up crying every 3 hours.
My brother, you are the greatest. Dude, you know what's the best is I'm looking over your shoulder and I see the logo, right? And I'm looking at the logo and I just feel the pride coming back, man. I feel it, man. It's so palpable. It struck me this year as, we got so much fun watching Michkov, and you could just feel it. And then I'm looking at the logo, and I'm like, it's on its way back, and it feels good.
Yeah, that's the plan. I can tell you that. That's we take a lot of pride in that logo. We have a lot of players, and we have a lot of personnel that have been involved with this team that really know what it means to be a Flyer, and we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm confident about it, and I'm excited about it. So I'll leave you with that.
I love it, brother. Listen, good luck. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Cannot wait, man. Cannot wait for tonight and tomorrow.
Thanks for talking hockey. I appreciate it, guys.
My brother. You're the best, Jonesy. There he is. Guys. Flyers president Keith Jones joining us. Love it. I'm so excited for this thing.
Yeah, man. He's confident, excited.
How does he deal with stress? By never feeling it. Which I can relate to.
We got Kevin? Oh, perfect.
Oh, man. We're just rolling.
Yeah. So let's go right. Let's go right to our man who was incredible. He was incredible Wednesday night. Watched him. You were you're so good at that. You really are. You're so good at mixing in the stories. And listen, it's tough because you got two analysts, right? And you got Stephen A, who he's gonna be talking about Jeremiah Fears. All right, he's Kyrie Irving, right? Like you got to navigate that, and then you got to navigate your GM. Like you got it's great. It was great stuff, buddy.
First off, I really appreciate you saying that, Ant. Navigate also pieces that we got to go to.
Right.
Also, an audience that wants to learn about a player. Also, interviews when the family and the young man's ready to talk to Monica McNutt. So I'm playing the role of the conductor and moving it around. That's what we do as hosts.
Yep.
I appreciate the kind words because Thursday night was pretty challenging because you're trying to piece all this through in windows and pick after pick and trades and who's going where. And the NBA does obviously different from the NFL because the league season starts in July. So these trades can't be official. So you see like the Hawks making the pick, but we all know it's going to the Pelicans and you've got to explain all that. Well, it is
it's a lot.
And then, Bob Myers, phenomenal guy. Like, I love him to death. And he at one point looked at me and he goes, "Whew, where are we?" I said, "I know. I'm in the same boat, man. What time is it?" And I realized we were like at pick 15. We were at the halfway point. So because you just get in this bubble and you're doing all this stuff and
it's a sprint. It's a complete sprint.
You have no idea what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Like literally no idea. And you're right. And it was a challenging night, fun night, and I'd like to say that the Sixers got it right. I predicted this about 2 weeks ago that they were going to go with VJ Edgecombe, and they did.
Well, it's interesting because when we talked to you, you said the one thing to look out for was a possible trade. There was some scenarios, and it felt like that there were possible trades. So was the asking price too much? Did nothing really materialize? Let's start there. Obviously, we'll get to VJ, but just start with the trade stuff. I mean, I know you're in the middle of it. You heard a lot.
I think they like VJ Edgecombe way too much.
Yeah.
I think, the one thing I heard a lot the week before, and it stayed there leading up to the day of the draft was, do not trade down. That was like, hey, we're not trading down no matter what. We're staying at 3. We're not trading down. And I think if there was a trade, let's trade up with the Spurs. Spurs were like, absolutely not. Give us everything, including the whatever it's called now, the Wells Fargo center.
Right. The X Center.
Yes. How much they wanted it, right? That's how much they wanted the second pick. I don't think they were moved by anybody when it came to, hey, do we slide down and come off our guy? Because I think they liked VJ that much. And I know Charlotte really liked VJ at 4.
Right.
And so to me, if the team behind you likes VJ, you can't talk to Utah and slide to 5. And then the whole Ace Bailey thing, the way Ace Bailey's people made this out to be, they were trying to scare teams off. So a team like Washington didn't feel like they had to jump because he had scared everybody off. You don't scare Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is like,
so was that a? Do you think he wanted to go to Utah?
No.
Oh.
No, he still hasn't reported, right? He ghosted their draft night plans. Like he hasn't reported yet.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think he wanted to go to were the teams that were picking after 5. Washington, New Orleans, Brooklyn. I think those 3 teams are the 3 teams he wanted to go to and nowhere else. 2 of those teams on the East Coast. He did not want to go to Charlotte. He did not. All the intel I was getting, he did not want to go to Charlotte. Clearly, he
goes to Utah. Like that's his hell, right?
Yeah. Here's the crazy thing. Listen, I'm going to say one other thing. When you're 18 years old,
right?
By the way, Ace Bailey. When we're all 18, think about when we're all 18. We were all immortal, right?
Right.
No one can tell us anything, and we had the answer, right? I thought going to Syracuse was the answer for me, and my mom was like, "You should go to Temple," and I was like, "Nope, I got USC or Syracuse. I'm out of here." And then literally within 4 months, I transferred to Temple. My mom knew best. At 18, though, I thought right, and it turned out to be the best thing in my career going to Temple. The one thing about Ace Bailey is when you're 18 years old, you think you have the answers. He's super confident in his skill set. But to be honest with you, Utah may be the best place for him. Why? You can focus on playing basketball only, as we know. Number 2, I think this coaching staff's really good, and I think their owner's really good. They are smart people. Number 3, you don't have the pressure. You can now be a volume shooter and learn how to play basketball there. And I think all those things play a role in his growth and development. I don't think going to Philly with what he thought he could do was going to be great for his development and great in the market. He didn't want to go to Charlotte. I know that. He didn't want to go to Charlotte. He wanted to go to Washington and be the man there with Sarr.
So I get that. I do. I get it. And I think your explanation of it is spot on. You're 18 years old. And I think Danny Ainge wanted it because I think Danny Ainge thinks he can kind of flip him, right? Like show him off and then flip him, right?
Danny don't get scared of anything, man.
Right.
Danny's career's already solidified. So Danny can take the risks and say, hey, man. And also the fan base and the ownership, I'm good to go. Like, what are you going to do? Because Danny's credentials when he walks in, walks out, they're well established, and you have to trust him. To me, the one issue about this whole Ace Bailey thing, the one issue I have with the representation, if you're going to draw that line in the sand, you've got to make sure you get your client to the finish line.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're going to do this, and there was a lot of agents following this and watching on, hey, if this works, we're going to continue to see if we, down the road, we got to sell this to our client. It didn't work for him because in reality, he didn't go to where he wanted to be. But I think at a certain point, as a agent, and you're telling an 18-year-old, the 18-year-old's like, I want to play at these 3 places. You've got to tell your client, hey, there's a chance because we have a GM who does not care about what anybody says. He's going to take you no matter what. And I'll add one other thing about Ace because, again, I really like the kid, super confident. If you're getting comparisons to a guy like Paul George, which he had been, wouldn't you want to come to Philadelphia and learn from the person?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Right? Like,
I know.
If I was drawing comparisons to somebody as an 18-year-old and I want to get in the broadcasting business and that person is really, really good, I'd be like, all right, man, it ain't about me, man. It's about me learning. Let me go over here. And if he didn't want to be here, he didn't want to be here. So, I actually think that they got a guy that wants to be here, that understands his role, that wants to play here in the system. And in the end, when you look at how Oklahoma City has thrived, Sam Presti and that organization, when they draft guys, they draft the best fit. They draft the guys that want to be there, the quality guys that understand their role on the team. And Ace Bailey didn't understand his role and what this team was going to be like. Or maybe he did. And he didn't want that role.
Right. And the beauty of VJ, and this is what I love about the kid. There's a couple of the qualities that I really like about him. One, at the top of the list, he's a willing defender, a good defender who takes pride in that stuff. He's from a tough background. God bless him. When Monica met with him and his brother and his mom, like a beautiful kid, family, like good people. He's hungry. You know that the kid is going to work, right? Like we've seen, Lord knows we've seen guys that just don't get it. The kid gets it. So I think the kid improves and is going to be a player.
Absolutely. And then you pair him up with Tyrese and you run the break. This guy's he's the best athlete in the draft. Okay. The best athlete. He is going to wow you once a night on a fast break with a dunk. I promise you on that. But the energy on the defensive side, understanding his role. I don't need to shoot. Look at these guys. There's no way I'm going to get the opportunity to shoot because we got 4 guys in front of me. They're going to have the ball in their hands. They're going to find a way. He just fits exactly what they need. He fits perfectly with Tyrese Maxey. I think there's a certain energy that they're both going to bring every night. I think Philly's going to love him. And you're right about that. He comes from humble beginnings. He is so hungry. he is going to bust his butt.
Yeah.
It's going to be really a good match here for Philadelphia.
Now, I will say this: the one problem, it's not even the Sixers' fault, and it's nothing to do with VJ. Is you got 4 guards, and you don't have a lead guard, which is why Harper. Man, I wanted Harper so bad because Harper's your lead guard that you built. McCain's not, and Grimes isn't, and so Maxi's not suited for that lead guard spot. But you got to make do.
Got to make do. Got to figure it out. And I know I'm taking a leap, but you see this guy right here. He wasn't a point guard, and he found a way. This guy, Allen Iverson, changed the entire way we look at guards. Right? Because remember when you and I grew up.
Yeah, he was the first combo guard. Yeah,
exactly. Who's not afraid to shoot no matter what at 6'1". And I'm going to be an explosive scorer first, and then I'll figure everything else out and get everybody involved. Right?
But then you still have to pair him with a traditional point guard.
So we saw that, right? You're right, and they're going to have to find that out. Yeah. But right now, at the third spot, what they needed, you didn't have a lead guard like that. You're talking about at that point.
Agreed.
He's not a
yeah.
What you need to do is figure out the best talent, and right now, a guy that can do a lot of things on a team that still believes that the window's there, especially when you see the Eastern Conference.
I agree. I think you're spot on. Let's go to yesterday.
So, I like him.
It was funny. VG loves him, right? And it was I know he can't shoot and he can't.
A lot of things he can't do.
Right. The kid is got stones, man.
Yep.
If you didn't have a soul, if you didn't fall in love with that kid during the tournament, grabbing boards with one arm, right? The kid's got big time stones and will bust it, man. And that, Kev, I love. To me, that's the kind of. I wanted Fleming, but once Fleming's gone, I'm great with it because I think you got a kid that's going to bust it, that's going to rebound, that's going to do dirty stuff that you don't have.
You nailed it. And when you look at Draymond Green, I don't want to compare him immediately, but Draymond Green, not known as a shooter, right? Does all the other things, understands, doesn't back down. I'm talking about personality, right? Johni Broome has played in the biggest moments. His team was #1 in the country. Those showdowns against Alabama, the showdowns against Florida, what he's done in the tournament, what you're looking at it in the second round are quality dudes, right? Guys that are not afraid. Guys that'll do the dirty work and are not afraid of that dirty work. And that's what you need. And I think found the fit of a guy who's a quality guy who's not going to back down. And, the cool thing is a couple of years ago, he's part of the pre-draft process. He was, dipping his toes. He got feedback from the Sixers, went back to the college game, came back and got better, right? And when these guys are playing third, fourth year in college, we come to a conclusion. Oh, that guy's already old as heck. He's only 22 years old. And to be honest with you, let's understand this in NIL. If many of these kids are making more money in NIL and will not be drafted or be late second round picks, I'm going back to for that extra year to make $3-4 million. There's a bunch of guys in the college game right now in NIL are making $3-4 million this upcoming season, and they will not be drafted. Wouldn't you go back to the college game and say, let me make some more money to get better, and then I'll come back?
I got news for you. In a heartbeat, and I think it's the best thing for the sport because I don't believe, man, when you're 18, 19 years old, you're not filled out. You have your prodigies, but you're a half-baked pie.
Yes.
And a lot of times those half-baked pies never cook. They never fully cook. That's an issue. And I agree with you 100%.
And that's why a guy I'll have one other thing. So why a guy like Ace Bailey can say, I'm not going to this team because he got money through NIL. He got some money, right? Like certain kids, you may see that down the road with some of these one and done guys. They're like, hey man, I don't need to go to that team. I already got some money from that 1 year in college. You're also going to see in these drafts either 18, 19-year-old kids, international kids who have already played at like Real Madrid or Germany. Like we saw a couple of German kids, French kids, right, who play international ball when they're 15, 16 years old. Or you're going to see 4th or 5th year seniors because the money is no longer there in the college game, and now they're coming to the NBA. That's what you're going to see in these drafts. You're not going to see a lot of sophomores and juniors.
No.
Ace Bailey may not show up till Monday. He may not show up till Monday to Utah.
Because I think they all have to report on Monday.
Yeah, Windy on ESPN has been saying it might be like a drag out fight between the Ainge, the dad and the son, versus Ace Bailey, and who's going to blink first.
And guess who's not going to blink?
It's not going to be the Ainges.
I already know who's not. Danny Ainge will not blink.
No.
He doesn't have to.
No.
And listen, if you've been around Danny Ainge, you know he doesn't back down from anybody.
He's
he
a
didn't
mother
back down
father.
from Jordan.
Oh, he's the worst.
Jordan would beat his butt on the golf course and then beat him up in a finals game. He doesn't back down.
Yeah.
Shoot. Sixers fans know about Danny Ainge early in his career in those series against the Celtics.
Oh, you and I have nightmares about those series.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, with Edgecombe and Broome, we've been saying for a while, the Sixers just have no culture, no direction. At least now, maybe they do have an identity they're trying to get. Some hard-nosed defensive players, a little bit of grit. They dive on the floor for balls. I mean, that would be a big change of pace for us.
Guys, and VG, guys who know their role. I can't say that enough. That's the one thing that has impressed me about Oklahoma City and all the guys that they've drafted. Dudes that know their role.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
Yep.
You're, and this is what we've been preaching because there hasn't been any of that.
Yep.
Look, they're in a horrible spot because you're hamstrung by Embiid and Paul George, and you're still trying to make sure you have a team going forward. So you're trying to rebuild and still hope that you can compete at the same time, which is almost next to impossible to do it. Did you hear anything about Embiid, by the way?
This is how I would describe it, Ant. Exactly what you're saying. They're still working on the foundation, even though they've got a lot of stuff really nice on the deck.
Yeah.
And they have no idea when the deck is going to just fall. So they want to make sure that if it does collapse, that the foundation is still there.
Yes. Yeah. Great analogy. Great analogy.
They didn't take care of some of these small little things of the foundation. The whole freaking thing's going to fall, right? And I think that they're being prepared here that, hey, we're going to try one more year with all the stuff on this deck that we put money in. And if it doesn't work, then all right, we still have the foundation of this house, and that is Tyrese Maxey, and we're going to build around him and move forward.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. By the way, was Embiid mentioned at all? Like, have you heard anything? He's been so quiet.
Oh, we had a sighting last night.
You know? Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
He was at the Real Madrid game.
See Vinny Jr. There he was.
Yep. Well, he loves his soccer. That stays consistent.
Anything you think? Like, I heard the Knicks were looking to shop Cat, and they talked to the Sixers, and it was like, yeah, we'll give you Embiid for Cat and Mitchell Robinson. They're like, nah, it's all right.
I didn't hear one thing, and I actually talked to a handful of people, and they're like, we've heard nothing. And one person was like, that could be a really good thing. Another person was like, that could be awful. And I was like, okay. I said, don't tell me anymore. It's like, I don't need interpretation. Let's just see where we're at. Let the body rest. And I didn't we talk about this Wednesday, me, you, and VG? I'm to that point where it's like, hey, man, if you need to do whatever you got to do to get the knee right and the body to feel good, and then we start looking at January and February wrapping up, so we're ready in March.
So be it.
Yep.
So be it.
At least just be honest with the fans. Tell us that's what the plan is, and we'll roll with it.
Yeah, don't burn out. Don't burn out, Maxey. That's all I care about. Don't burn out zero.
Yep. Yep. Hey, one last draft question. What in the world was Brooklyn doing? You got 5 guys that all need the ball in their hand. What sense does that make?
I told him this yesterday at lunch. It makes no sense. They just
I don't know. I don't know what Brooklyn was doing. There's Daniel. Danny's going to join us right now.
What?
He was joining in his mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No. What were, I mean, that was insane, Kev.
Brother, I looked at Bob Myers so many times as my GM, and I was like, what are they doing? I kept on asking him, man. And he's like, Kev, I don't think they're going to use all their picks. And then at the end of the night, he was like, I cannot believe they used all their picks. What their philosophy is, hey, we're going to pick out 4 guards, and we're hoping that we hit on 2 of them, right? And let's just take some big swings. And I think that's how they viewed it.
Oh, my God. And the other one I didn't get was New Orleans. Why are you giving up unprotected pick to move up 10 spots?
To move up to 13. Listen, Derek Queen could be a fine player, man.
Right.
I couldn't believe they moved up that high. I mean, to get to 13 to give an unprotected, that was the talk more than anything else, that the Hawks walked away and just said, wow, we had a pretty good draft because we got an unprotected pick potentially next year, because New Orleans ain't going to be that good.
No.
You think it's bad with us, with Joel?
Oh, Zion. Oh, my God. That thing's a disaster. Let me ask you a question. Just 2 of us who grew up loving this stuff. And then you see how the sausage is made. You ever, especially like, we know a lot of people in the NFL, a lot of people in the whole draft stuff. There are people out there that I go, they really don't know what they're doing. Like, there's some brilliant guys that are right, but there are people running teams that I go, I know that like you and I could do a better job at building a squad.
And I catch myself doing that so many times. And then I pause sometimes because I'm like, hey, there's a lot of people that think they could do what you and I do, right? So it's
no, but we really can do what they do. No, yeah, I believe it. I do believe that.
Right?
Yeah.
But then I check myself and I'm like, there's things that we don't understand that somebody told that person to do this from a perspective, right?
Right.
Somebody or ownership perspective, like somebody knows somebody. That's why that dude got a contract. There's got to be a relationship in the front office, and I'm going to take care of you.
Yeah. Agent. Yeah. It's an agent league.
Some of this stuff is so unexplainable, especially with consistent organizations. I got in a discussion with somebody the other day, the Kings situation. Like, holy cow with the Kings. Because at what point the Kings had Halliburton, the Kings had Fox, the Kings were building something. Obviously, they passed on Luka, and then they got Bagley in that draft in 2018. Like, what are they doing? And then you look at what the Kings have now, and the Kings decided we're going to keep Fox and get rid of Halliburton. So you bring in Sabonis. So Sabonis is pretty good.
Yeah.
But then you get rid of Fox. Like, and now they're looking at guards, and you're like, wait. What are you doing? And then I saw a proposal that they were thinking about sending Sabonis to the Knicks. And I'm like, wait, you did all of this. And for Halliburton, you watch Halliburton blow up, and now you're going to get rid of Sabonis for Cat? Like, there's certain things with organizations, and you're like, I just don't understand, and they can never get out of their own way.
I know. And in the NBA, you got a lot of them, right? Like the Kings, Washington, Charlotte, New Orleans. Like there's a dozen franchises that just blow. And then you got like all your Regal like even the Bulls. How many? They've been trying to fix the Bulls since Mike left. I mean, it's unbelievable. The baby Bulls, these Bulls, and all you got is Bull Bleep.
You're right. You're totally right. And you know what? The other thing is, too, what was amazing about this whole Knicks search, it was very much like we saw in college football. When a hot name comes up, everybody gets paid, right? It is a classic, like, hey, there's a job opening at LSU. Suddenly, like 5 guys in the SEC just got contract extensions.
Yes.
So when the job got open and they started interviewing, I was like, oh, Billy Donovan's about to get a raise.
Yes.
About to get and by the way, was one of the like lowest paid coaches because again he had to rehab with the image that he had to deal with the Celtics, and he's one of the best coaches. I'm like, Ime's finally going to get his contract. All these guys got new deals, and I love Billy Donovan, but I was like, wow, Billy just sat there after a season where they haven't done it, and he just got a contract extension, right? Like I was like, Quinn Snyder's name's being mentioned. He's going to get something. It's just crazy how some of these organizations, you brought up like Atlanta's the same way. You could do that in the NFL. The Bengals, because they stumbled into Burrow. They
ragged into him. Yeah.
The Bengals do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So you're like, same junk. You see that in baseball, the Pirates, and right? Like same stuff over. They're gonna lose Skeens' great years.
Yes.
It's why.
My brother, we love you. You are awesome. What a great job, dude.
Appreciate it.
You look fantastic. I don't know who's picking your outfits out, but you look great, man. Great on TV. You do that yourself? I don't believe it. Man, you look dynamite.
Appreciate you, fellas. Be good.
Thanks, brother. Great Kevin Negandhi, ABC, ESPN, Lord of the Drafts. Did awesome job. Now, time for, that's right, Danny D, the AD, Making Varsity, brought to us by the Folk Auto Group and Cherry Hill Kia and Cherry Hill Jeep. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, this guy.
Look at you. Look at this, baby. You look
What's
good,
going on,
brother.
boy? Yeah, man. What's going on over there?
You know what the best is? Danny and I, we did the Fladium mess today for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And
thanks for the invite, fellas. Jesus.
and he's like a rock star. Everybody knows him, man. It's the best. It's the best.
You were taking pictures. What are you talking about? You were modeling for pictures with people yesterday.
That's only because it was South Philly. That's it. So there's so much to go over with you, but you have a lot of intel with all these young players. Like nobody knows young talent like you do. And so let's talk about Fleming, who you knew about. And you and I had a conversation about this yesterday. He goes to the top of the second round. We both wanted him for the Sixers. I like Broome, but Fleming would have been great. Tell us about, because you liked him. You thought he actually probably should have went back to school because he could have been a potential, top 20 pick.
Yeah, so he's a local kid. He played at Camden. He was on those teams with DJ Wagner and, that Rick Brunson was even coaching when he was there. But elite kid, he didn't even start in high school. He was super young. He graduated high school at 17. I saw him at Philly Live probably like 5 years ago, and he was wearing his feet look like boats. He's wearing like a size 18 shoe. So like,
oh my God,
massive hands. Yeah, he's a monster. But you could see the potential. And I was actually, me and my buddy Matt Griffin were talking, and he was at Albany at the time as assistant, and the St. Joe's guys were next to us. They ended up offering him. We were talking about him. They ended up offering him that day, and that's how he kind of ended there. Billy, Justin Scott, and John Griffin offered him, and ended up there. But super raw, like in high school, and he's just putting together. So like he's just scratching the surface, I think, of what he can do. He's 6'9". He's got a 7'4" wingspan. He can shoot. He can play multiple positions, but really has progressed every year. And I think he's an absolute steal in the second round. I mean, absolute steal. I think he's got a really high ceiling and has a lot of room still left to grow because as a junior in high school, he really just started playing. So he's probably been playing hoops at a high level only for 6 years, 5-6 years.
Wow. So, and you got intel on Edgecombe. You remember
Edgecombe? Yeah, I saw him playing a high school event. So he was out in Long Island. Carmelo's son actually ended up transferring there when he was a junior. But as a sophomore, he was on draft unranked, and he had this crazy rise where he blew up his junior year and in the AAU season and went from being unranked to a top 10 player in the country. blew up the board. And then senior year, backed it up. I think they came in like third place in nationals in the Dick's National Tournament. Was battling against that Mount Verde team with Cooper Flagg and all those guys who got drafted last night. They fought and played hard against him. So like he was the catalyst of that team, that Long Island.
Didn't you say
he
was guarding him like pretty fearlessly?
Yeah, him and Flagg were like jawing back and forth to each other because he was, he's versatile. He was picking him up, man. So he's a dog, and I think there's a lot of upside in him. And again, like I think he's still kind of scratching the surface of what he can do. But like I just heard VG saying, it gives you a little bit of identity. I think he's gonna bring it. And like what Kevin was saying, like he's so athletic, like no one jumps with him, man. He's gonna put you on a poster. Like he's a freak.
Well, and it's kind of what I like. And you follow it up, and if you couldn't get Fleming, Broome is a kid that is, and we saw it on display. Like the kid's fearless. He's a dog. He's grabbing boards with one hand. His shoulder pops out. He's popping his shoulder back in. Like the kid goes after it. I mean, there you want. I know he can't shoot, but my God, he's going to D up and he's going to grab rebounds. You need somebody, and you're a basketball guy. You need somebody that is doing dirty work for you. That's doing grit stuff for you. The Knicks are good because Josh Hart can do a lot of different things for you.
Yeah, and he does things. He brings it. He's a winner, right? Like he won at a bunch of different levels, and he plays super hard. And he's going to bring great culture and great attitude to the locker room, which is things you can't put a price on. And he's going to get dirty. He's going to do the little things. Like he'll understand his role, and that's why I think guys are really good when you understand what your role is, right? Not trying to do too much, but understanding what you do well and doing that to the best of your ability. And in today's world, everyone wants to do everything. Everyone wants to shoot a step back three. It's like, he's like, I eat up space in the paint. I'm gonna go rebound. I'm gonna dive on the floor, right? Like, you know what you're gonna do, and you just be great at what you're good at, right? Don't try to do too much. Keep it simple. And I think he definitely has a role. I think people are putting too much into his athleticism because he's proven that he can do it against elite competition. I mean, he was SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah, no, I know. Let's switch gears for a second to football because coming up, we got Baldy's coming up, and Joey O'Brien. Now, you know the story really well. 6'5" corner receiver, number one player in Pennsylvania. And
5-star.
He goes to the Irish, goes to Notre Dame.
Big announcement last week. It was Friday night. He committed to them. I think it was really down to them and Penn State. And he picked the Irish. And then his teammate, who's a big-time offensive tackle, a kid named Guerschon McHugh, he's also going to the Irish. So they got two kids going to the Irish. Two LaSalle High School. Jamie's proud LaSalle Explorers are sending two guys to the Irish next year.
How awesome is a McHugh and an O'Brien going to South Bend? Like, I mean, seriously, that's a central casting.
Talking about stereotyping.
Right.
Talking about stereotyping over there. Yeah,
I mean, it's good. But the kid O'Brien, give me a little bit more about him because he's fascinating. I want to put him on Baldy's radar. He's 6'5".
He's 6'5". I think he's better on defense. He plays both ways right now in high school. They just want to get him on the field because he's such an elite athlete. He's a really good basketball player because he long arms. He plays passing lanes. Really athletic. Plays above the rim. Gritty. So yeah, I mean he's a 5-star prospect, number one player in the state. So and I think no one knows what he is yet. I think they're just going to kind of figure it out because he's just that athletic. He
can want to play an edge at 6'5". Like
he puts some weight on him, right? Like you never know.
6'5". How many 6'5" corners? Like how are his hips? Like can he move his hips? Like
yeah, he can move. He can move. He's silky smooth out there. Like he doesn't. I don't think he's like elite at anything. But I just think he's very good at a bunch of different areas. And he's a hard worker, good kid. Been in the area, worked his way up. Wasn't the number one high school coming into high school. He wasn't like known as number one kid. He just kept growing, working hard, and really progressed. And then the kid McHugh kind of just blew up a little bit because sorry, I'm at a golf course and I'm getting a little. They're starting to mower up behind me.
It's Friday. Of course, you're at the golf course. Baldy's golfing with Kelsey.
We're on a boys trip. we're on a boys trip in Oklahoma. Ocean City, Maryland. Me and the boys. I'm with
Oh, nice.
My buddy Scott and Chuck. Scott Kelly, one of the top real estate agents in the area. And then my buddy Chuck.
Shout out to Kelly.
Wanted to.
He's
Yeah,
probably a
shout
Notre
out to
Dame fan.
Kelly Real Estate. My buddy Chuck is a nurse.
All right, so yo,
Says
Chuck.
Scott's probably a Notre Dame fan.
Perfect, perfect.
Why do you want to have dogs?
Yeah.
But
yeah, so we got the other kids going well. And then the last thing I want to touch on before you get to Baldy is Sammy Jackson, Mark Jackson's son, committed Thursday to VCU. So big commitment for him. Another local
going to young Martelli.
Kid. Phil Jr., Jimmy Martelli, Ryan Daly, that staff. It should be, if you're a Philadelphia college coach, you should be nervous because VCU is filled with Philly guys right now. They're back in the program. It's exciting times for them at VCU, and they're built up the A10, but it's a scary time if you're a Philadelphia system with those guys down there.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. My brother, we love you.
Love you too, guys.
Enjoy your weekend, buddy. You deserve it.
All right, boys. Love you, boys. I'll see you soon.
There he is.
Hey, living the life.
Danny D, the AD. So we have gone from Philadelphia here to Atlantic City with Jonesy, to Connecticut with Kevin, to Ocean City, Maryland, and now let's go to Las Vegas, live from the SAC Summit. He is the one, the only, Baldy.
Baldy, Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Ay, Baldy, Baldy. Oh, he likes pizza and football. Oh, Baldy.
There he is from the SAC Summit.
Oh, he's got the shirt on.
That's fantastic, man. Tell us about
the
summit, buddy.
Yeah, man. It was a good day. It was a better night. It was good, Josh. It was good.
I hear the raspy voice.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't hide it. I can't hide it, man.
Oh man.
The boys wanted to get out last night. We got out last night.
Man, sounds like cigars
Did you
and
go to
tequila.
Did you go to our spot? Remember the spot we went to dinner?
We did not go there, cuz. But we hit. But I'll say that we did Vegas. We would here. We did Vegas. Man.
I don't know what does that mean, Baldy. I don't know what that means.
VG. You just got to use your imagination a little bit.
Yeah, dude, make sure you got to text me some details. All right,
I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
So
it was good group.
Yeah. So tell me, give us the lay of the land, what it was like in the football aspect, the football world of it. It's one of those great things that pop up. All the pass rushers and edge rushers in the league and college are there.
Yeah, we had probably 50 to 60 guys. One of the coolest. There's a lot of good moments. So we were on the field yesterday at UNLV. In 100-degree heat, just going through moves, going through drills, talking through situations. It was great. Came into the hotel yesterday afternoon, and I ran about a 4-hour film session. But one of the coolest things is during a breakout, I had Milton Williams come up, and Milton Williams just got paid.
Yeah,
he got paid $5 million.
Yeah.
So what Von Miller started this thing 9 years ago. And real quick, Von Miller started this pass rush summit, SAC Summit, 9 years ago. And he was literally, he was derailed for giving out information about getting to the quarterback and giving his secrets away. But he didn't care. He was willing to share his knowledge. And when we first started this thing 9 years ago, there was Cam Jordan was talking about it last night. There was 13 people there. 7, it was almost single digits. Now we had sponsors like you can't believe. But regardless, Milt Williams, I go through the Super Bowl with Milt and Nolan Smith. I go through the Super Bowl with those two guys about what they saw.
Oh, so Nolan was there too?
Nolan was there as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love Nolan.
Nolan is a great kid. I mean, he's just you can't find him any better. But it was interesting. we're walking from the bus. We're walking. What are we doing? We're walking from the hotel to the bus to go to the field, and I'm walking with Von Miller and Nolan Smith. And honestly, Von didn't know how fast Nolan Smith was. Like, he knows him, and he invited him. But you could see, like, honestly, that's the comp. The comp for Nolan Smith is Von Miller.
Wow.
Like I'm not going crazy.
Wow.
Like, Von's like,
Andrew.
but I'm not saying that. Von is saying that to Nolan. He goes, dude, you're like what I was coming out of college at Texas A&M, 15 years ago. He goes, how fast are you? He goes, I ran a 4.35. He goes, I was nowhere near a 4.35. So the cool thing was literally going through the Super Bowl game and some of the big plays with Milton and with Nolan. And then I was with Justin Houston, who in 2014 had 22 sacks in Kansas City. And now George Karlaftis is there. So George was there. So we literally started talking about, in Kansas City, they have a lineage of pass rushers from Derek Thomas and Bill Moss and Neil Smith, to Tamba Ali, to Chris Jones, to George Karlaftis. Like, there's a lineage that goes for 30 years.
Yeah.
That organization of great pass rushers.
Yeah.
So, like, they were telling me that it's not lost that Derek Thomas came before me and Bill Moss came before me and Boogie came before me and Neil Smith. Like, they understand, like, what it means to sack a quarterback in Kansas City. In fact, Clark Hunt, the owner of the team, tells them about the history of the organization going all the way back and at some of the positions that they played, Lenny Dawson, the quarterback, and all the way to Mahomes. But so it's just you just get these nuggets from these guys.
Yeah,
start talking to them one-on-one. It starts coming out. So those are some of the really cool things.
Hey, what was being said about Carter? Like, you mentioned those two about the Super Bowl, and what were they saying about Carter? Because the whole thing, one of the reasons why both those guys had huge games is because of Jalen.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Dom gets paid, pretty well, and he has to, like.
Yeah, I know all that. I know all that stuff.
I'm not going to tell all your stories. I'm just saying Jalen makes him earn his money. Like he's a handful. All right. And now look, these defensive linemen, they're different people, man. Like, don't try to put them in a box, and don't try to tell them do this, do this. Like, some of these guys, you got to let them just go. Like, Jalen's a great player. In fact, I threw 3 plays of his on the video last night of the old club. Just the old club, just step.
Reggie White, yeah.
I mean, Reggie type stuff. Like, just knocking the living hell out of people. Now, back in the day, back with, the fearsome foursome and the purple people, like, it was a head slap, and, that's, but if he played that era, that's what he'd be doing to people. But, people recognize, in fact, Milton was saying, like, look, he's getting double teams. I got to win my one-on-ones. Like, honestly, Jalen Carter helped Milton Williams get paid by the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, everybody's afraid of him.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid, except Dom. Dom's the only one that is not. Don's like the lion tamer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was, one of the guys that was out with me last night was Chris Long. So, Chris is tied close to the organization. Won a Super Bowl, obviously, building, and does his podcast, and but he's still tied. Best friends with Lane, all that stuff, right? So he gets all the juice. What's coming out behind the scenes. So he was like telling me some Jalen stories, and you're like, okay, this is like Warren Sapp. This is Randy White. This is the type of guys that were just literally just get out of the warpath, man. Just don't get in the way.
No, Don't stare at him long enough. I'm sure he told you that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got some new stories. So yeah, we're on the same page about Jalen.
Yeah.
We're just happy that he's an Eagle. All right. Just happy he's an Eagle. Not doing
Exactly.
this to other people.
The only thing they got to worry about is keeping him as an Eagle and keeping him playing. Just play football, man.
Yeah, just play
perfect
football.
for you. So what else? Anybody else there? I mean, it sounds like a great time, man. Just
no, I was on
football.
Calais Campbell.
You know,
Calais Campbell's 39 years old. He's there. Justin Houston is there. We had Robert Mathis come. We had some Sean Merriman. No, we had like a lot of older guys that came to talk to some of these guys. But like Jalen Walker from the Atlanta Falcons, like out of Georgia, right? So Jalen Walker is a rookie. He's a 15th pick in the draft, goes to the Falcons. So, I introduced myself. I don't know him. I've done some breakdowns on him getting ready for the draft. So I said, because at Georgia, he played off the ball inside linebacker. He was a pass rusher. I said, what are the Falcons going to do with you? He goes, oh, I'm hunting quarterbacks. Nothing else.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
So you look at the kid, and there's something about him. There's just something about the way he looks. Like, there's something about the way he looks. Like, he got a purpose. The guy's got a purpose now. Like, just the way he looks at you, the way he talks to you, the way he, sucks up information. Like, there's just look out for Jalen Walker in this league right now.
I love it. Baldy gets me nuts. Every
it's
time
not hard. It's not hard.
I just want to tackle you.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm sitting down.
He just wants to go after quarterbacks now. Unleash him.
Hunting quarterbacks.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the
I
best.
told him Atlanta's been looking for that. He's been looking for a guy that could get to the quarterback for 30 years, man. They're going to love you in Atlanta, man. Just do it. Get a lead in the fourth quarter in that building. Get a lead.
They're going to be good. I think they could be good. We love panics and Bijan's the truth. Yeah. I mean, I think I like them. What's your? We could suspend the top fives if you want, because I'm sure you're a little foggy today. So,
this stuff would honestly, I could do the top five at any position off the in my deepest sleep.
All right, let's do one.
So it's not an issue.
All right, so let's do one. Let's just do defensive ends. All right.
All right.
Because you're living it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I must have spent, I'm not exaggerating here. I must have spent 50 hours putting this video together for this thing. All right. So I literally watched every great pass rusher and all their sacks going back 20 years.
Wow.
All right. So Myles Garrett he's the best end in football. There's really, he can do things nobody else can do.
Yeah.
Now you say, can he finish the game out better than Von Miller? No. Von's the greatest finisher we've seen. But he's got skills that nobody else has. Just power, strength, ability to run, make plays on the other side of the field, just ruin people. Myles is one. Yeah, he's just one of one. So you go Myles. Yeah, you start watching TJ Watt. Okay, just you start looking at the numbers that he has, because he's been in the league 8 years. He's got 108 sacks. He's got 33 forced fumbles. He's got 7 interceptions, and 2 of them for touchdowns.
Yeah.
You look at the stat sheet of TJ Watt. He's rare. His brother, obviously JJ for 4 years was maybe the best we've ever seen. But he's going to outdo his brother. All right. Now he's holding out to get paid, but Pittsburgh will figure it out. So, and then you go, then you start having some conversations. I'm a fan of Nick Bosa. He did not have a great year last year, but he didn't have a lot of help. So you go Nick, just because how hard he plays, his overall skill set, getting off blocks, power rushes. I'm still putting Nick at 3, and I'm putting Max at 4. Like Max is just a freak. He's just a freak. You know, he helps run this Sac Summit here. He's fully healthy. Like the guy's got juice.
Yeah.
Nobody wins in the run game the way, like I said yesterday in front of the whole group. I go, look, here's your 2 rules for any of you edge rushers in this whole building. Never, ever get blocked by a tight end, right? And never get blocked by a running back tight end combination, ever. They don't. Everybody started laughing. Max is just like standing up. He's high-fiving me. Like, you can't. So, you know, those 2 guys, Nick and Max, you put them in any order you want. And then the last one, like, if you want to call Micah Parsons an end,
right?
Like, I like to think of him as an end. I mean, he can play anywhere. But, you know, Mike, you put Trey Hendricks in there. He's got 70 sacks over the last 5 years. You put a lot of guys. You can put Cam Jordan. But honestly, like, Micah Parsons changes the game.
Yeah.
Nobody chases. Nobody has a burst the way Micah Parsons has a burst.
Yeah, I love it.
Myles Garrett says, I saw a video this week of Myles Garrett working out, or maybe it was last week at the minicamp. He is so fast on it. I almost thought there were parts when he was doing the drills that the videos were like sped up when he's going through, weaving in and out of stuff. I mean,
my God,
like that's a big man.
But not just that. I mean, he's a big man. I mean, when you look at him, he's chiseled all the way through, right?
Yeah.
But you watch him dip, watch him grab that grass.
Yeah.
Like, he can bend the way Bruce.
God.
Like, not many guys can bend.
Yeah.
His ankles are like, just the way that he's constructed.
Yeah.
Like, his ankles bend the way not many guys can. Like, he literally can turn the corner on about a 30-degree angle. Most guys are about a 60-degree angle that are good. He does it at a 30-degree angle at 270, and literally shit, like, doesn't have an, you know, he's got the, I don't know, he's got the fat of a hummingbird, you know.
Paul is a king of analogies. That's the best. My brother, we love you, man. Listen, have fun. All right.
Yep.
When you coming back? Tomorrow? Sunday?
I don't know. I might stay for this UFC fight.
Do it
on Saturday night. Yeah.
You got Bruce out there.
Huh?
You got Bruce Buffer?
Well, Buff is going to get me passes.
Yeah.
But I got, you know, I've got Max got me some tickets to the event. I just didn't know if, you know, well, yeah, I'm just deciding.
You got to do it, man. You're Vegas.
Yeah. I've never been to a UFC fight.
Yeah, Baldy, you just keep making memories, brother. You're the man.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'll share them with you next week.
Water.
Yep.
Hydrate. All right. See you, pal.
All right.
He's the best. He's the greatest. The greatest. All right. Let's talk about some of our friends. Yes. Rothman. Talk about getting you back doing what you love, all right? Especially this summer, whether you're biking by the Schuylkill, whether you're at the Sac Summit, all right? Whether you're chasing your kids through the sprinkler or tackling that hiking trail. It's tough when your body does not cooperate. I'm telling you, that's where Rothman Orthopedics comes in. From aches and pains after a pickup game to old injuries, flaring up on summer adventures, Rothman's team of experts is here to help. Evidence-based care, a commitment to restoring your mobility. They're going to get you back out there stronger than ever, just like Baldy, all right? Don't let pain put your summer on pause. Visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY to book your appointment today. Get back to doing what you love. Pain-free. Prediction? Pain-free. That's it. Rothman Orthopedics getting you back to your summer game is their mission.
All right, let's talk about the art over at Art of Words. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and this Philly artist proves it. Each piece made entirely from handwritten words, like every eagle forming the link, every Philly shape in Citizens Bank Park. And you might think it's just sports they do, but no. They've captured Boathouse Row, Reading Terminal, the Philly skyline, the Jersey Shore, and a ton more. They make for unforgettable gifts for sports fans, dads, grads, housewarmings, birthdays, anniversaries, or just to spruce up your old man cave. He started selling the art in K-Lot and Rice's Flea Market and really credits Phillies fans for launching his career. They're available in dozens of teams and cities, too, so there's something for everyone. If you got some friends and family across the country, you can hook them up, too. These pieces are total conversation starters. Just spot a name, then another. Soon everyone's reliving their favorite sports memories with the players. So they've been featured on Today's Show, ESPN, and TED Talks. Check it out. artofwords.com. That is artofwords.com. And use the code PHLY at checkout for 15% off your purchase.
Love it. OT, we're in overtime. OT. Overtime. Overtime. All right, TV Todd.
Where you at, Todd?
Come on down. Come on down, TV Todd.
Here
he is.
Act like a man. You can't handle the truth.
It's time for TV time.
Person on TV Todd.
TV Todd.
How about it, buddy? Andrew will fix the shot.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get the shot.
There we go.
You were a production man.
I love being here live. This is so much better.
No, it's great
Can I
having
say
you here.
something early?
You can say whatever you want.
I'm with VG on Tony's Baltimore Grill.
Oh, it's the best.
That place is one of the best places in the entire Jersey Shore.
Such a gem.
I was just there in September. They have jukeboxes, old school
feels like
jukeboxes.
back in the 60s.
Yeah, that
at a mom place.
That bar, yeah, it's a great spot. Yeah, it's a great
You
spot.
can like it all you want. It's just not a shore town. AC.
Well, no, it's not a short
I
time.
feel sure when I'm down there.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, it's not my favorite, but when I
Look,
listen,
that's not sure.
let's
Like,
tie it in with the Flyers. When I played in the Flyers fantasy camps, we used to do it down there. We did it at the Tropicana. We all hung out there on the beach and everything. It did feel like the shore.
Exactly.
Yeah?
It really did.
No, but let me ask you a question. This dude. Now, he's coming out of a coffin, out of a crypt. Like,
man,
does he know anything about?
I drive my hearse down. You know,
He's not a summery, beachy guy. I mean, he belongs in Transylvania.
Well, what do you do when you go to AC?
I bar hop, lots of dive bars.
That's what you do here.
Cheap eats, lots of cheap eats, really good food.
He used to do his afternoon, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's in a dark bar.
Yeah, I hit the beach early morning or late at night. That's it.
Yeah, you're like
before the sun's
You're a
out.
freaking vampire, man. You're feasting like at the beach at night.
This is VG on the beach.
Yeah, no, that's a pagan. The pagan's got her umbrella on the beach.
That is so you, dude.
That's so funny.
Is it the hard? I guess it's the Hard Rock. Wherever I saw it, VG, I was talking about. I saw Jane's Addiction play there last September. They redid that casino. I think it's the Hard.
It's Hard Rock now.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I was
pricey.
surprised.
It's pricey to stay there too.
You know what actually is nice is Ocean. I don't know if you've ever been to Ocean Casino's dynamite. It actually feels like a resort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've really done a nice work with that rehab down there.
So you hop in there, you run real quick down the boardwalk, you hop in there, you can't do anything else.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying with him, like he's so anti. Like when you think shore,
there's good dancers in AC. There's all kinds of entertainment down there. I'm a man of the arts. We got a good art scene down there.
You support single moms?
Whatever. They got good music down there.
Classic. All right, let's not bury the lead. What's happening in Atlantic City is the Flyers draft.
Yeah.
And this is the draft that's going to reshape the franchise, a big part of it. We had Jonesy on earlier, circling this year. 3 picks, including number 6 today, 3 picks tomorrow in the second round. I mean, this has got you geeked up. You came down to come to the PHLY draft party, Chickies and Pete's.
That's how geeked out I am. I wanted to come down and be with my people for this. I think it's going to be a big night for the Flyers. I know Jonesy obviously keeping it close to the vest, but I hit Billy Matz up at the elevator, and he said he thinks there's going to be some action tonight.
So, yeah, I mean, I have 3. I'd be surprised they use all 3, right?
Yeah. But but the first pick is interesting. I'm really not great with all these guys, but who's the center? Hagens?
Yeah,
the big center.
So here you go. We'll go through your guys.
Okay.
All right. So Schaefer is going 1. He's the defenseman.
Yep.
Then you got Michael Misa, you heard of, and Frondell. He's the Swedish kid who's a stud. I would love to have him, but
he's going early.
Those 3, no shot.
Yep.
All right. Then it's a mix, right? Hagens that you bring up, he was the kid from last year.
BC kid,
right?
Boston
Who was
College.
supposed to be a stud of all studs. Had a little bit of a down year. I mean, not bad. It just wasn't they just wasn't that expectation of like phenomenal talent, right? So you got O'Brien, you got McQueen. He's the 6'5" kid who's hurt. Like, I don't think you're going to go there. You got Brady Martin, who is the he's like the Bennett light, maybe in the future, that kind of kid. You got Daniel A, who's got some ability, and then you got Porter Montone, who is a power forward, and I think he'll be available.
Yeah.
Is there any guys that stick out that you look at?
I'm not really great with this because I
I mean,
like they're lottery tickets,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I feel like we're talking about the need at center. I would go Higgins if he's there.
I think they would go Higgins if he was there. I just don't know that he's going to be there.
Yeah, I see just a couple of mocks that have him going to Nashville at 5.
Yeah. Because Nashville wants a center. Now the point. Now Billy said this, that Nashville, that Higgins doesn't really fit Nashville's size, like what they are looking for in center. But he's certainly the best center available at that point. In which case, you would then go to Porter Montone.
What's the consensus on? We stay at 6. That's the consensus.
Yeah, I don't think they move up. I mean, it doesn't feel like they're going to move up.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like that. But they could be cooking. Who knows? I
mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's all on the table. That's why this draft's going to be fun, because what are you going to do? 2 days of let's just dive in, roll up our sleeves. What deals are being made? What kids are they taking? This is where you stock the coffers.
Stock it.
We have so many assets. What do we have? 6 picks in the first 2 rounds?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. They got a lot to work with.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel it. Like we were talking about it earlier. I was, we had Jonesy on in the background. I'm looking at the Flyer logo and I'm going, man, it feels good. Like, how it is, a certain feeling that you get from the logo, good or bad, right?
Yeah.
And what that symbol means here at that moment. And I'm looking at the logo. I'm going, I just think it's going to be a fun time, man.
Well, and they gave us that shot in the arm this week with Trevor, right?
Yeah.
Even the kid's press conference got me fired up.
Ah, dude.
When he said he's heck excited to be in Philadelphia. And what a great deal that was.
I know.
I mean, even if it goes south.
I know.
Great deal.
I know.
And it's not going to go south. I think this kid's going to get a fresh start. I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they passed over. He got hurt, and they kind of just passed him over last year.
Yeah.
The kid is creative. Like, imagine him and Michkov together on the power play.
Oh, I'm already ready for October.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I know. No, I know. I feel the same way.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel that way. I saw you get a little excited about the Sixers this morning. You said you're back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not there yet.
He's all in. Clap your hands.
Yeah.
VG.
Yeah, man.
For VJ.
Yeah.
You were so out, too. You were so out.
Yeah, they got my boys. So
you wanted to sell the franchise? You were ready
expansion. We want expansion, but now I'm back in.
No,
so he's little, we go.
He's Little Eel.
Yeah.
Little Eel. I got Little Eel, and I got my man who at Real Madrid last night.
It was a great time today. Yeah, man. It was just the atmosphere, the fans. There's just nothing like going to a soccer match, really, and especially with
when you talk about elite teams. Like I watched it, and that Vinny Jr. is the greatest, man. He's Michkov.
Yeah, 65,000 strong down there in the rain. So you had soccer weather is rain. So it was just a perfect setting, and it was so fun. I actually have a clip from last night I can show. It was after one of the goals, and you can just hear the crowd.
Jr., the Vinny Jr. goal?
Oh, yeah.
World Cup, baby.
Yeah. I'm excited.
No flares? No flares last night?
No flares. So Real Madrid is a very foo-foo club.
Oh.
So they're like for the high and mighty, the designer club. So no, they would never do flares.
The kids, the soccer guys love wearing the kits on random days. Like I would never just hang out with an Eagles jersey on like a non-Eagles day. The soccer guys,
it's a good look.
All my friends do it.
The kit's a good look.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not.
I
don't
can't
really
call
get
it a kit because
the jersey.
I know it's a kit, but I mean,
Like,
not with you.
Is that Chelsea you're wearing?
Call it a jersey.
Liverpool?
This is AC Milan. This is Kaká.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah,
I'm just randomly wearing an AC
He was the
Milan.
Messi before Messi.
Randomly wearing an AC
I'm a
Milan
Napoli
jersey.
fan.
Like me just
I like Napoli.
Yeah.
If I just rolled in here in a Cubs jersey, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know.
Well,
Wearing a Cubs jersey.
Nah, he's feeling the moment. Leave him alone. He did a good job. He did good. You look good last night.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kids loves it.
All right, next week when he wears one, I can bust a stone.
After Club World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I was in my element last night.
He's feeling it. He should.
So one of the biggest teams ever in the world. It was a good time, man.
I got no beef with that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. He's in the moment.
Good time, man.
Yeah. So what's happening in the entertainment world, buddy?
Lots of good stuff, man. Lots of good stuff. For your viewers, though, this is one of those weeks where the studios are releasing the big summer or the July 4th juggernauts. So The Bear was released last night. They drop all the episodes.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit controversial because that's one of those shows that I think people kind of feel that its time has come and gone, and that it was super popular at first, and last season was a little bit of a downturn, and the early reviews on this season are the same.
Oof.
Boring.
Is this season 4?
Yeah, season 4.
I had a feeling.
I couldn't get through season 2. 1 was phenomenal.
Season 2 is where it
I was
starts to kind of dip
Yeah.
off, but season 3 it really
the problem with that world is there's nowhere really to take it. The story, it's a great premise of the story, but it's really a movie. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, you can stretch anything into a series and make one great season, but that story by itself is limiting.
Well, it highlights to me, and I've said this on the show before, the classic problem with American television. We get a hit, we feel like we have to ride it into the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that show should have been a 2-season arc. Just like if it was in the UK and they made that show in the UK, that's what it would be. 2 seasons and maybe a 2-hour special, and they'd wrap it up.
I mean, Succession did it right.
Yeah, you know what? You know as a writer, if you can see the end while you're writing from the beginning, the show is way better.
Yeah.
You know where the characters are going.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it meanders.
Completely.
Now, on the opposite side of that, I don't know if you guys are fans or not, but the point is Squid Game. Squid Game came out, massive hit on every level, merchandising, everything. Did their season 2, and now just dropped today their season 3, which is their final season.
Oh, that's today.
That's today.
Oh, I know what I'm watching this weekend.
I knew you would be into that.
Yeah.
Or
I love
Woman in the Yard.
I love season 1. I didn't watch season 2.
It was
maybe because I just felt like, all right, I get it. Like,
is there recurring characters in each season?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, they keep playing
It's
games?
a continuation of the first season. I mean, I don't want to say anything that's going to spoil it because I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah.
But the main character is trying to figure out the kind of like what's going on behind the scenes of the games.
Gotcha.
Let's just say that.
Okay.
They did a great job with that, because the first season you're like, what are they going to do, right? The second season, like Andrew said, he tries to figure out who's running the game and tries to stop them from doing this to other people. It was a really nice way to turn it.
Yeah, I should watch it.
But think about it. That's a franchise that makes gazillion dollars, and they decided it's time to end it.
Yeah.
And move on. So, but everyone's going to be watching that. Between that and The Bear, that's going to take up all of our holiday.
Talk about retreading too. There's Sex in the City back.
It's been back.
It's been back.
Yeah, it's called and just like that or something like that. They just rebranded it.
Just
4 seasons already.
Oh wow, man! I've been out of it. I saw an ad for it. I was like, well, "This is back." Wow.
I mean, it's the same old. It's the same old
Does
stuff.
people watch it?
Yeah, it does really. See, this is the thing that drives you nuts. It does great. It does great. 4 seasons already.
Yeah.
It does great.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the original. Like the original. Well, my wife and I, we used to watch it. You know, we did this Sunday night HBO.
Yeah.
You know, it was
great.
It was, you know, Sopranos, Curb, Sex in the City. Like, you know, that was and it was great back then. But I mean, whatever.
It was a big night.
I'm out on the.
You know what show I've been watching, and I really like it. I got one more episode to go, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I actually do. Waterfront. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
It's a Netflix series, #1 Netflix series, and it's been #1 for a couple weeks now. It's basically, if you like Ozark and you like Bloodline. Do you remember the show Bloodline about the family in Florida ran the hotel?
Yes,
right?
yes,
Key
yes.
Wester.
Yes, exactly. If you like those two shows, it is the perfect combination.
Wow,
it's about a family.
I'm in on that.
A family runs a fishing boats and a restaurant, and they get involved in the drug trade.
Oh, that's great.
It's actually,
I'm in on that.
people are loving it, and I tell you, it's actually quite good.
I'm in on that.
Really good.
I'll
check that out. Yeah,
I'm in on that.
Yeah, so that's a good one for everybody.
Yeah, that's a great one. I'm in on that. Waterfront. What part of the country?
That's no. It's a Florida based.
Oh, Florida. Okay.
Yeah. It's really good though. It's really good. It starts off a little cheesy. You're like, I've seen this before, but it gets really good.
A recent series with a wealthy family starts dealing like weed.
So
was it The Gentleman or something?
Yes. So that it's one of my
two coming out.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah,
because I read the description of that. I was like, I've already seen a family getting involved.
No, but it's different though. This is a brilliant. The Gentleman is brilliant.
I love The Gentleman. Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching. I read the description of Waterfront. I was like, it sounds like that version of The Gentleman. Like a family starts getting sold drugs.
These were the royals of England.
Yeah.
Like that's what made it so wild.
Yeah.
Like I love that show.
I thought it was fantastic.
When's it coming back?
Soon.
I love that show. Oh my god!
But you know,
my
Guy
favorite
Ritchie.
actor is my man. What the hell's his name? He was Gal in Sexy Beast.
Oh yeah. Well, he's really good.
He's the greatest. He's one of the greatest actors. Like character actors, he's the best. He was in Scorsese in Boston.
Yeah,
Ray Winstone?
Yes. Great job. Ray Winstone.
Yeah, he's great. But you know, Guy Ritchie's
Ritchie's awesome.
So much heat. Mobland, like he's doing that now. So it's like the guy's got a lot going on. But Gentleman is shot.
Mobland was outrageous.
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Finally.
Yeah, I wanted to wait till there was a moment.
Dude,
I can watch it all. I'm gonna watch it all on Sunday.
Dude, put it this way. I like Gangs of London. This is way better.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I agree with that.
I
agree with that.
And I like Gangs of London. I liked it.
I'm excited.
Mobland is A-list.
There's some really good. Listen, there's some really good stuff to stream now for the holiday weekend. Sinners is out now.
I gotta watch
it's
that.
Still in the theaters. It's still crushing it in the theaters, and they decided to release it. For streaming on Max.
Yeah.
I watched. It just came out. Poop Cruise came out last night. I watched that. Pretty bad. Crazy story, but documentary's done pretty poorly.
I didn't realize it was part of the Trainwreck series.
Yes.
That they did. Okay.
She's got the worst taste.
We're talking about great television and movies. Poop Cruise. Yeah, Poop Cruise.
Hey, it's top 10. It's top
you
10
are
from
such.
Netflix.
Todd and I were
Are you
talking.
going to tell me a documentary about a cruise liner stuck afloat with sewage water like just overflowing on every floor? Yeah, I'm in.
Beating out Botland. Come on.
I'm in.
Todd and I were talking about you.
55 minutes
You're
in and out.
so weird because you should have great taste. Like I would bet you would have great taste, but you have horrible taste.
I have no middling taste.
But
I like bad or
you should have
amazing.
great taste.
Bad or amazing. I got no time for the mid-range game. I'm like an NBA player. I either do 3 points or dunks. No mid-game.
But your dunks, you don't do a lot of dunks.
Yeah, like
you live beyond the arc with all your poop cruises.
Nah. Beyond the arc is like the Kubricks, that stuff. They're the 3-pointers, and then my poop cruise is like a little bunny dunk.
So you're like Plan 9 from outer space.
But you're like Ben
and
Simmons, though.
You're like Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, I do Goodfellas, all that stuff. Or
Ed Wood.
No, I don't do Ed Wood. No, my bad stuff is 55-minute poop cruise, Love Island, stuff like that. Yeah.
Horrible.
Love Island's crushing it though, man. I don't know what to say.
It is a dynamite season. And at the pub, they're all young guys now at the bar. So everyone's in on Love Island.
Young guys at the bar talking about Love Island. That sounds like a great time for me.
No, the young women there too. I mean,
I'm
everyone.
with Vinny Jr.
Everyone at the bar. I had to be like, "Yo, no spoilers!" Like 6 people, all with the bartender, all talking. I was like, "No spoilers, man. I'm only on episodes like 16. I don't want to know what happens to Hada. Not yet."
Sometimes I wonder if he should come out of the coffin every day. Like maybe he should come out 3 days a week from the coffin. He's great 3 days a week, and then by the end of the week, he usually starts to get like this.
If I get some,
and I
TV
go,
in
he's
the
got to
coffin.
go back into the coffin.
I don't know. I think this is what makes him entertaining.
Mm.
Yeah,
He's
I don't know.
entertaining.
Do you have a coffin here that you can recharge yourself?
I know a carpenter. You can build one. Oh, wait a minute. That's my best buddy in life is Undertaker John. I'll just get a one,
Perfect, man.
one that's dented. I'll get a dented coffin.
Right. Like, we should get a coffin. It's time to take a job at coffin.
Yeah.
We'll put it right there.
Perfect.
And then at the end of the show, you could go recharge.
Yeah.
And if you're acting out, I just go in your coffin.
Yeah, you put the PHLY logo on it.
Oh, yeah. We could.
Yeah.
tip it
Perfect.
out. Yeah. Let me see if he's got any dented ones laying around.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd be perfect.
You know, because I got one for you, and before you start, some people here will start groaning. I think it should be you should make it mandatory homework for everyone that works at PHLY to watch the Barbara Walters documentary.
Okay.
If you want a lesson in broadcasting,
Yes.
innovative broadcasting, watch this.
Yeah.
Mind blowing what she did in the industry.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't get talked about.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Amazing documentary on Hulu. You should make everybody watch
You know
it.
what's funny? I heard it was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I heard it was great.
She was a hell of a pioneer.
Oh my God. At a time when, female journalists never got any airtime.
In fact, they cover how everyone was against her.
Yeah.
Everyone fought her. Big time news anchors.
Yeah.
But if you're
They were jealous. The jealousy that
the
they
history of
Yeah.
broadcasting and television is so important for the young
Yeah.
people in this industry now. They need to understand that. If you want to be creative and innovative, they all should watch this documentary.
That's a great idea.
Homework.
You know what I saw last week was the Olympic Games.
September 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Tremendous.
I love that movie.
Tremendous.
You know what I was stuck on? I'm watching it, and I said to my wife, I said, I can't fully concentrate because I am so impressed with the set design.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was so authentic
Yeah.
to the 70s, that period.
Yeah.
It blew me away.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And I think it was nominated
Yeah.
for an Oscar for that. It was incredible.
They did it was a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. So you made me think about behind the scenes TV.
Yeah. I think all that stuff is super important.
Yeah.
To know where we are today,
I love
think
it.
you got to know all that, what went into all of that.
Homework.
Yeah.
Homework.
I mean, the advancements in technology, watching that, like the 70s, and then, doing what I do today, it's just like, oh my God, I don't even think I'd be able to do all that manual stuff because it's all they did was all manual transitions.
Dude, if you want to make a
stuff,
movie.
yeah, it was crazy.
The manual Chiron stuff
Yeah,
they would do.
yeah.
And
Dude,
like, how
so
much
you
is
think about what a movie was? You don't even realize what a movie is. When they talk about a cutting room floor, it's because the cuts were legit cuts.
Yeah.
That you pasted the film together. Like that was think about the art of filmmaking.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
But even to get, and remember, they were news people. So to get cameras, over to, that room where the hostage crisis was taking place,
Yeah.
which was crazy. Now we just throw a drone, right? We just throw a drone up there.
Yeah, no problem. You don't even think about
Right.
it. Or you have your phone.
Or your
you
phone.
just use your iPhone or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the quality.
Yeah. Speaking of iPhones, we should talk about 28 years later.
Oh, man. What a film.
So
Fantastic.
He did what? 20 iPhones he put together?
The super cool rig where they're all lined up
Yeah,
for the
it's
shot.
awesome.
And you could, if you were paying attention, you could tell when those shots took place. But the movie itself was so cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So cool.
Very different from the other ones. Don't go in expecting it to be like 28 days later or 28 weeks later. It's a different story. It's different characters. I love the direction that they're going with this. I can't wait to see the new ones.
Yeah, they shot the new one already. And
did they really?
Yeah, and Ray Fiennes is in it.
He's great,
but he takes this to a whole nother level. He's basically Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now.
Wow,
but a benevolent one.
Oh man,
it's fascinating. I read the backstory and how they created this character, and that's what they did. It's Kurtz, but a kind, compassionate Kurtz.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in on. You talk me. I'm going to watch all of them.
It's really good. Jodie Comer stars in it. She's amazing. Killing Eve, the star Killing Eve. She's incredible in it. It's really well done. Really well done.
Fantastic.
It's not a zombie movie. It's a story. It's a character-driven story.
Yeah, and it's also they're not zombies.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Right.
It's like an infection that
Right.
people get induced with rage.
Right.
Yeah, so they're not really. It's not like tear them apart, rip them up, type of zombie stuff.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like what you get in traffic sometimes coming in here.
Yes.
But like 10 times more.
Right. Sometimes I do.
Me too.
You?
I got stuck yesterday. I went through Old City yesterday.
But I can't imagine you having road rage.
I was the first horn honker yesterday in traffic.
No way.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that either.
I don't like honkers.
Yeah, well, keep moving. You won't get honked at.
That's when you get, that's bad. Bad, no good. Brother, listen. Let's go Flyers.
Yeah, I'm excited for tonight.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a fun night.
I wanted to say, I just saw this real quick. We could get through it super quick. Jesus. They had, the New York Times had the top, here it is, top 30 films of the 21st century, according to 500 actors and directors in Hollywood.
Wait, this is something you save. You don't rush through that. You got to go back to school.
I'm only going to do like the top 3.
Barbara Walters wouldn't do this.
Top
why
3.
Would you throw that? Like, that's an interesting topic.
Super interesting.
You're going to
just
throw
came on
out
my
there
feed like 10 minutes ago.
Like it's the poop cruise.
Yeah, he's like, we'll go through it quick.
It just came on my feed.
Now I'm curious, though. Now I want to hear the top 3.
Oh, dude. I got to really teach you that this is wrong.
Number 3, There Will Be Blood.
Oh, it's so good.
Great movie. Daniel Day-Lewis, one of my
Drink
favorites.
your milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
best.
Paul Dano in that movie.
Daniel Day's the greatest.
See, The Preacher.
Paul Thomas Anderson is the greatest.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mulholland Drive.
I love it. Love David
I
Lynch.
think it's a little high.
That's right.
I love it. I think it's a little high.
It's way too high.
I love it, but
It's a film.
Well, it's a tribute to him just passing away.
Yeah.
Number 1, Parasite.
Oh, I love that movie.
Number 1?
Good movie, but number 1.
I love that movie.
That's a list for being a list. It's a great movie.
See? That's why I went through quick.
It's a great movie.
Great movie, but number 1 is rough.
Yeah.
So let's now take the 30.
Mm-hmm.
Not now,
Mm-hmm.
but build a whole segment with Todd leading into, TV season in September. Like, this is a good summer project. And look at all the films and have Todd give him the list, let him dissect it, come up with his own list.
I'm down.
All right?
That'd be a fun exercise.
Yeah, exactly. But that is something you plan. And then he could show clips of it, right? He could show stills so the audience sees it. That's called building a segment.
Number 4, In the Mood for Love.
All right.
No.
On that note,
No.
we will bid you goodbye. Andrew, great job today, buddy.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Nice work, Andrew.
All right.
Oh, have fun on your trip.
Yeah.
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 Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Gonna do some work. So, great stuff. My
Thanks,
brother,
guys.
love
Thanks,
you.
guys. Let's go Flyers.
Let's go Flyers. Da, 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 da. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
We all silly like the mayor.